Here we are again, another trip into the world of darkness, another tabletop weekend, and
Anybody got a flashlight?
oh, now that just reminds me of something I wanted to bust out a while ago in the campaign, but a wrench was thrown in there, but I'll say that another time.
A
Anyway,
literal wrench or a figurative?
maybe both, but all right. So, okay, roll call here. In order as they appear on my screen. So we've got Davis, played by Dragon,
Hello.
and we have James, played by not Grinfox, but Break Card.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then Robert, played by Dunna.
Gonna mix it up today. Waffles, anybody?
Oh, just ruined it. All right.
Hey! I can't offer pancakes every Saturday.
Soiled it.
All right. So, okay, where we were last time. Well, last time it was a little bit of a literal shit show, but
Little
everything,
bit.
yeah, but everything got sorted out. Everything is fine now. And I'm just trying to recall. Um, so if I recall right, everyone had kind of loaded up into Robert's truck, and they were getting ready to go to finally the yeah, Russell's estate to, well, they've got plans, but I'm just gonna see how that plays out. Now, important things to set up here is, okay. First off, Davis. I'm pretty sure Davis. He may It may still carry over. He has I have it listed. He has a +1 stamina. Um, so or at least as far as rolls are concerned. And that's because what was it that he did that got him that bonus? I'm trying to remember. Um, does anyone remember?
That wouldn't make any sense whatsoever.
Well, apparently he did something. There was something he did because I have it listed that he has a bonus on rolls at least for stamina. Um, it was something. It was something he did really. I forget, but uh I
It
don't
was
know.
I know what you're talking about,
Yeah,
but I can't
I'm not
remember what
losing
the
my
hell it
mind.
was.
Yeah, I'm not losing my mind. He did something, and
I'm confused now because all I recall is that he got food poisoning. He still he
Yeah, if
got
anything, he has a minus.
but
he
then he
got
got
sucked
better.
out by Julia twice.
Maybe he got a critical getting better.
Yeah, I
something.
think that's what it was. I think like there was something because he did get some rest. He did get some proper food in him later on during like the daytime. So
Maybe it was that deer he ate.
yeah, maybe it's
Yeah, it was the deer. I'm pretty sure.
yeah he did. So basic. Okay, so like that's just
Took the
something to
deer
keep in
well.
mind. Yeah, thanks for reminding. It was basically on any stamina roll. I'll give like a +1 if he needs to make it, and that's just a little side thing there. Also, so let's see the time. Game time. It is about midnight. Um, because I guess there was a lot of things happening, so they got distracted. But yeah, so it's about midnight. They were all in the truck. They were heading off to the estate, and I guess they've got some time in transit. But I think that's a yeah. We'll pick up there, and also seating order, which kind of important. Just to establish, Robert and James should be in the front seats of the truck,
Yep.
and yeah, Davis is if I remember right, he's in the little back area.
With Wyatt.
Yeah, who's kind of covered up on the floor.
And Julia's in the trunk.
Yep, yep. So okay, there we go. We're just establishing the scene here, setting things up. And now I left everyone off in transit to the manor, so yeah, I will. I'll go ahead and I'll leave it to the players to, if they want to do anything on the way or discuss anything, now is
Well,
the time.
just a little reminder. Last time we made just a drive check for Robert, which I
Yeah.
botched. But
Yes. Which means it
um,
takes longer, but
not only Davis still doesn't like cars,
yeah. So, okay.
but you wanted to put that in today's session, so
Yeah.
little reminder there.
Yep. So, okay. Yeah, I'll just say, and I believe as far as time goes, I think what I have okay, let's see. I'll go ahead and I'll just adjust the time a little bit to account for the slow driving. But all right. So now, I guess, yeah, I wanted Davis to do a stamina resolve check to make sure that he's, okay.
And I still have that +1.
Yep, you still have it. All right. He's doing fine. He's maintaining at the very least.
Holding on.
Yeah, so it's not going to be too much of an issue. That's what I'll say. Okay, so now, now you've got time. You've got a lengthy car ride because, well, botched drive check. But I guess it comes down to, does the party have anything they want to strategize or talk over before, before the shit gets real?
Yep, I have something, and it's Robert asking Wyatt how exactly his blood magic works. And what exactly he needs to do in order to slow Juarez down.
All right. And let's see, now I'm just going to do a little check for him, and it's going to have a conversation with him just down in the floor, but... All right. So, okay. He remembers and he's willing to answer. So he's going to lay it down here that he needs to have a certain amount of area set up. He has to be able to, with that blood, he's got to just draw a few symbols and things above your head, of course, but he's going to need some space. And he suggests that, if you can somehow get Juarez, you can get him outside, away from everything else, that would be preferable.
I nod, and I also ask him how long he needs for that magic to work.
All right. And to that, he's got a simple answer, which is, if everything goes well, it should just be a few minutes, but these things can take time if, he is forgetful. So it might take a little longer if he forgets.
All right, so guys, we're gonna do everything to make sure he is able to fulfill this ritual. Because I don't want to get into a confrontation with that vampire while he's on full power.
Is there anything I should know about these vampires?
And, so to that, who's the question to? Because Robert he'd know, he's dealt with them before.
Literally anyone who can answer.
He's relentless, and as far as I understood, he's fucking fast. So, if you need to shoot him, make sure you shoot him before he notices you.
So, stealth, right?
I nod.
Got it.
All right.
So after they're done talking, I say, how about we drop off Davis on the perimeter or something?
I actually planned to drop off both Davis and Wyatt and Julie on the perimeter because they know about none of them. And to be honest, I'd like Wyatt to do his magic without Juarez even noticing him, which means he shouldn't be on the perimeter, but he should have a clear view on the perimeter. So I'd leave you guys not too far from the manor, but far enough that they don't notice you immediately. And it's gonna be just James and me going in, because they know us and they expect both of us to come back. Any questions?
Mm.
Nope.
Oh, this is gonna be gonna split the party up nice and good.
Sounds
Oh.
more logical to me at the moment.
Well, I'd just say, anytime I hear the party splitting up, I'm just rubbing my hands together. But
Well, on a meta point here, if it was really so stupid to do right now, I still got common sense, so you would tell me you don't want to do this.
no, look, I want to see how this plays out. All right, it's a sound plan. It's a mighty sound plan. All right, so I guess nobody objected to Robert's plan. So
What? Well, Julia, she's gonna wait there. Okay, I'm fine with that, as long as she doesn't get too close.
Well, if we would take her to the manor and I leave the car with you, and for some reason a vampire gets near that car, she would get detected. So yeah, I think it's a
Yeah.
better idea to.
I was just thinking that her apartment or something.
just leave her behind completely, huh?
I don't think we could convince her of that. I guess she wants to see Willis go down.
Hmm.
That's a fair point. Carry on.
All right. So yeah, I guess nobody's gonna oppose it. So that's how we'll set things up. Is I guess Robert is going to be dropping everyone off kind of on the outer perimeter area, the outskirts of the estate. So and
Yep,
then yeah.
and he's gonna search for a special location. I'm just gonna get the translation for that. Deer stand, is that right? Like those
Hmm.
how are they called? You know what I mean, right?
Not sure.
I'm gonna search a picture and just put it in the.
All right, we got to do some research here. All right, got to do a little research.
It's just a word that I really don't know how it's called in English. So I just put a link to a picture of what I mean in the
Okay,
Twitch
hold on.
chat.
All right, hold on. So, okay, so like what you're gonna be looking for, like, okay, so am I to understand this would be like some sort of tall structure?
Yeah, they are used for hunting, and in the forest they are very common. At least in Germany, I don't know how it is in the US.
I've never seen one, and I've been hunting before, but like, I don't know. I'd say like that kind of thing. I don't think you like. I'm just gonna say, I don't think you'd find that sort of thing near the guy's house.
Just wanted to search for it. If I don't find it, that's fine. But it would have been a good place to drop them off, and especially for Davis to stay.
Yeah,
so Robert would have at least searched for it.
Again, it would at least be convenient, but
we don't find it.
Yeah. I'd just say it's like no chance. Not given where the location is. Yeah, all the dreams shattered like broken glass there.
No, it's as I said. All right.
So I guess where else would you kind of drop everyone off? That's the thing.
It would have to be in eyesight of the manor.
Yep.
And as far as I know, the manor is in the woods, right?
Yeah, there's woods around. Like it has a proper yard around it, but then there's woods beyond that. So I guess you'd want to go like kind of right on the edge of the woods, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand now, and so I would say it wouldn't even be a check to find it because it's a dirt road going in. You could just like do it on the way in. It wouldn't slow you down either.
So yeah, Does Julia have anything to say once we let her out of the trunk? Because, well, that's not the manner quite yet.
Yeah. All right. So okay, we are now, and also time has advanced because of the driving and the botch check last time. So it's
Yep.
yeah, it's 1 in the morning now. All right. So time is a moving, and yeah. So once you kind of park, let's say those that need to stay behind, they get out and all that. So yeah, Julia, she's after somebody lets her out, because you always have that thing locked. Um, yeah, she's gonna be a little curious because this isn't the manor. This is the woods again. Uh,
Yeah, Princess, this is the woods again, and I just think you wouldn't be exactly eager to go on to the manor as long as they think you're dead and we don't have the upper hand.
hmm.
And I smile on that.
It's gonna do a little check for.
And I
thing
called
here.
her Princess again.
Yep. That's. Yeah. So her attitude is not the greatest right now, but she understands the situation. So yeah, she'll comply basically. Oh, and quick aside here, because I saw that text. So yes, presumably Davis would have some kind of knife to skin things with. And I'll go ahead and real quick. Let me just add that onto your character sheet because it makes sense.
Yeah, just for continuity issues.
Yeah, so just retroactively, you've got a 1 damage skinning knife right now.
Yeah, basically like a basic tied together piece of obsidian on a stick, basically.
Yeah. Because otherwise, it's like, what did you cut it up with? Like an arrow? But
Yeah.
all right.
You call it a knife? I've got a knife.
Although it would have made the opening cans with an arrow a lot funnier because
Yeah.
he has a knife to use.
Oh, well, yeah, that's retroactive continuity for you. It's a hell of a thing. All right.
Yep. Let's just say he forgot he had a knife for a second.
Hey, look, the blood loss. All right, Davis.
And he also was still
Yeah, he was a little messed up.
euphoric
Yeah.
from things with Julia.
Yeah, things don't always make sense to him when you get bitten as much as he does. That's the excuse we'll give. All
Hey,
right.
that still at least feels nice.
All right, so now, okay, so everybody, so yeah, Davis, Wyatt, and Julia, they're gonna be dropped off on the outskirts here, just right on the kind of edge of the woods. And
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask Wyatt one last thing.
Hmm.
How do we see his magic is working? What would be the signal, basically?
All right, and so yeah, to that he would just say, well, if everything goes well, then you'll know. That's all he says.
All right, I nod on that, and I don't ask any more questions.
All right, I guess Davis, does he have anything he's going to be doing?
Okay, since these are vampires we're fighting, and you've said they're very powerful, do we have anything I could use on my arrows, such as something that I could burn, maybe?
Ooh. Well, since Robert's
Well,
still there.
Yeah, and I wanted to do another thing. I just remembered
Oh.
because Robert's shirt would be both a bit stained and also have a hole in the general chest
Yeah.
area.
Yeah. Yes.
So, first thing I'm doing is changing. I still have one clean shirt until now.
Yeah.
And I give Davis the damaged shirt and I give him the can of gas.
All right.
Be creative.
I'll rip the shirt up into a few pieces, cover them in oil when needed.
All right. So okay. I we can do a craft check for this, all right? So okay. So combining the oily rags
Not
and
oil,
arrow.
it's
Well,
gasoline. but-
gasoline, gassed up rags. Combining that with the with the arrows. Okay. So first off, I guess are you gonna want to make? You have 18 arrows. So let's see. How many arrows do you want to kind of convert into these possible flaming arrows? How many?
How many? I'd say maybe like 8 or 9,
All right, well,
maybe 8.
Okay, 8. So okay. You want to make 8 of them, and all right. So to this, I would say it's a kind of I'd say it's less know-how because it's a pretty simple task. It's more of a just doing it in time. So it'd just be like a dexterity plus crafts check.
Can,
That should be 6.
Oh.
can I help him out to make things going faster?
Oh, of course. We can combine the effort here. All right.
So 5 dice from me.
Yeah, dexterity crafts. Straight 6s.
Fuck you, Fantasy Grounds. Seriously.
Well, what I'll say is,
Can I assist as well?
sure, why not? Why not?
Why not?
Preparation. Preparation.
That would be dexterity plus crafts.
Yep.
There you
Hey,
go.
one more success.
All right. Well, you're going to need more successes. And every time 15 minutes is going by.
By the way, the shirt would be made of cotton, and so the rags wouldn't burn too fast. It's not like you light them up and the next second they're gone.
Yeah. So they'll function fine. But it's to make 8 of these, you're gonna need some more. So 15 minutes have gone by. So you can do it again if you want.
I'd say everybody roll again.
Davis, what do you say? All right.
All right. The rolls commence. Well, I'll say right now, you've got.
Look at that streak of 7s from top to bottom.
So right now, you've got 5 of these prepared arrows.
Good enough, I guess. It'll have to do.
Yeah, because 30 minutes have gone by. So I'll go ahead and let me update the character sheet here. So let's see, I'll kind of bump that down.
I'm gonna use the rest of the shirt to clean off my hands so they don't smell like gasoline.
All right.
And after that, I pass it over to James because I don't want him to smell of gasoline either.
All right. So I wipe down my hands and my arms, especially because I probably messed up on that last one.
So just cleaning up, and you know what? Just to make sure, I'd say, the scent is gonna be strong, and I guess you don't want to go in with that scent.
Not at all.
Yeah. So
Like if only one of us smells of it, that's fine. We can say we filled up the car, but not 2.
yeah. So I would say just to clean up, maybe just another dexterity crafts. Just clean up.
Nice.
All right. So James, he's definitely nice and clean.
Oh
Robert.
God, I hear a car going off. Give me a second.
Oh no.
And Robert probably smells a little bit of it, but
Yeah.
in a
well,
way that's
maybe.
gonna be explained, or at least can be explained by, well, the car has to get fuel.
Yeah. So who knows? Who knows? And we'll wait till everyone's back and good. All right, let's see. Just making sure all the character sheets are good. So, and I went ahead and put on 5 flaming arrows because that's what they're going to be used for. So, Yeah. The only difference in like how they function is I'll say their damage is exactly the same, but they so like fire rules of World of Darkness, it might take like a turn or two if someone catches fire for them to be put out, and it does aggravate it to vampires. So functionally that's how they're different.
If I get one
Okay.
of those arrows in my back, I'm gonna
so
kill
sorry.
you.
I am so sorry. I didn't hear a horn. I heard somebody else's horn on the other side. Somebody else.
Well, things happen. Things happen.
Sometimes headphones quality is too good.
All
Go on.
right. So, okay, we just establishing the flaming arrows, 5 of them, they work. I got everything ready. They're good. So
Wait.
I find it funny that they're called flaming arrows because it implies they're already on fire.
well, you know what they're going to be used for. You know what they're going to be used for. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does one of them have a lighter though?
Oh, that is a good question. I don't
Like
think James has
Julia
one.
smokes.
Oh, yes. Yes. She would have a lighter. I was just thinking because I don't think James or Davis has a lighter.
Gotta pick one
Yeah,
up at
Robert
the
has
convenience
one.
store.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, Julia, she would have a lighter.
Just wanted to make sure somebody has one before we go.
All right. Yeah. And to that, yeah, she'd be willing to just hand the lighter over to Davis since, you know, he's the one who's gonna have to do the shooting. So.
Yeah, and I raise an eyebrow on that and I look at her. You know, somebody else would have to light up the arrows once Davis puts them on his bow. Not the other way around.
Well, okay, like meta here though, real quick. Like Davis, he has so many fucking merits with that bow. Like he can do it all by himself. Like
Let's just say he essentially has a third hand to do it.
yeah, like he can do fucking magic with his bow right now. So I would say he's gonna be fine. All right, like he's absolutely fine.
He can manage like literally everything about his bow on his own.
Yeah, pretty much. Like he can do things that should take 2 turns in 1 turn.
I'm a little skeptical just because I think that yeah, normally arrows get set on fire after the bow was ready, not the other way around.
Well, hey, he's magic, all right? Again, it's just,
Magic with a bow, nothing else.
well, it's just he's got so many fucking merits about archery and all that. Like he's skilled, and I'd say he can do it on his own.
Just wouldn't be a
simplify
huge
things.
inconvenience if Julia did it.
Well,
I don't see the reason to
but you
make
probably,
things unreasonable
well,
there.
the thing is, it's also like you probably don't want her to be the one to, you know, possible frenzy if she has to look at it while she's setting something on fire.
I understand why we're not going to have this conversation anymore. Do you?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want this to go awry.
Yeah, I'd look, like meta here. The thing is you're
Alright,
saying it's a good idea for the vampire to set something.
It's not
on
a good
fire.
idea, but it's just more logical.
Like you really don't want frenzy to happen on top of everything else.
Yeah.
This is already a pretty fantasy-filled world. Let's say someone figured out a way to set an arrow on fire while knocking his bow.
Yeah, again, look, okay, look, here's how I'm going to justify it, the end-all, be-all, all right? So, Davis has, first off, his fighting style archery, which allows him to reload his bow as a reflexive action when normally it would take a turn. And reloading would also include things like setting it on fire, etc. So, we can assume that he's just that damn fast that he can set it on fire and get it on there, and it's not going to be an issue. All right.
All right. I'm just saying it's illogical, but all right.
There we. But merits. But merits.
There are a lot of things illogical in a fantasy world such as this.
Okay, yeah, we'll just go on with our game here.
All right, yeah, it's like, look, too much logic. It's bad. It's bad for you. All right. Okay, so everything is prepared, and also everyone is clean and good, except maybe not Robert. Maybe not. Not too sure on that one.
Yeah, but again, we could explain that.
Yeah. So I guess at that point, if nobody has any other, things, then it's gonna be, I guess James and Robert are gonna take point.
And before we enter the manor, I tell him that the official story why Iris isn't with us is that she didn't make it.
Righto.
All right, that's your story, and you're sticking to it. All right. So I guess, you two are going to be going into the, you're going to be taking point. And before you do, I'm just going to roll some things here on the side. Well, this is all, hold on, let me just see how it works out. 2 checks. Okay. Just making sure everything is going fine. Anyway. Alright, so now the two, so James and Robert, they're going to be heading on in, and so I'm guessing you're just going to be pulling up to the front like normal, and you are kind of expected. So, there's the guy at the front who always checks your weapons. So
I leave everything in the car as usual.
Alright then.
But I
go
put
ahead.
my knife on the driver's seat and just leave the window cranked down.
Alright. And as for James?
James ain't gonna friggin' screw around. He's gonna put everything that he has in his fanny pack away for now in whatever compartment he can find.
All right, so no weapons whatsoever. You're continuing the ruse, basically.
Absolutely.
All right. And
Yes, James puts that stuff away. I just tell him that if he needs a weapon fast, there's still the rifle in the back, and he should think of that if it comes to it.
James nods his head and kind of shakes himself.
All right. And so you go up to the guard, and as usual, gonna check you over. And since you have no weapons, there's nothing to check and take. So you get the go ahead to go on inside.
I nod and I take James by the shoulder as usual, and go inside
All
while kind of pushing James in front of me.
right.
Not much.
All right. And okay then. So now let's just have a basic wits composure, just to set the scene from, I guess, Robert, because he's taking point.
Wow, I finally noticed something with those incredible 7 dice.
Well, yeah, it's just the same, nothing looks any different from the last time you've been in here. However, inside you got your little trophy cases, all that good stuff. But Juarez, he's just kind of idling around, just playing with some old sword thing, just basically wasting time. He's been here for a while. And he's going to notice you as well, since you're just coming right through the front door. And let's see, let me just get a little check for him real quick. Let's see. Okay, yeah, immediately he's going to wonder, first off, how things went, and where's that fine lady that you usually travel with? So he's asking questions already.
Well, she didn't make it.
So that's what Robert's sticking to in that case.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that case, I would say put a little persuasion on that.
Put some willpower on that, I say. I don't want everything to be botched. Oh, no, wait. I've got an explanation if it doesn't work, so yeah.
All right. Okay, so we got a 1, and so let me do a quick detecting lies check here, and let's
Just thank you that you didn't make me do subterfuge.
Well, yeah, for that one I could have, but I feel like it's persuasion. It's really persuasion. It's kind of the. So let's see. Okay, let me get a check going here. So, and you got lucky.
Fuck
So-
you, Double. Seriously, fuck you.
Well, hey, okay, so yeah, you got really goddamn lucky there. So
Yeah, I just looked at the stream and oh god, I lucky.
yeah. So yeah, Juarez, he's gonna rub his chin there for a second and look between Robert and James and get a little closer, just kind of looking them over. But he nods his head eventually and says, "Well, that's damn shame. And there's a real fine one there, but there'll be more, right?" And he kind of nudges at James a little bit. But yeah, he also says that Russell,
Be
he's back
careful
in
what
his
you're
office.
saying. You're talking about a friend of mine.
Ooh, Robert is already getting
Well, that is totally fitting the situation because as far as they know, Robert and Iris were friends, so
Well, as far as they know, this is true. And let me just get a quick state of mind from Juarez, just to make sure you haven't accidentally set him off. He's got a temper too, but no, he's
oh,
holding out.
somebody else with wrath as his vice, then I guess.
Well, he's just a little unpredictable, but yeah, he's maintaining, and he's just gonna say to Robert to hey, lighten up a little bit. Hey, you got eternity, right? You'll find some more. And again, he's gonna just kind of motion over to the office that Russell, he's still in there. So he's just kind of he's accepting of your lie so far.
Yeah, and Robert pushes James forward and gets into the office with him.
All right, and okay, so in the office, so. Same, I won't make you do a check. It's the same old office. You've been in there before. And yeah, Russell is just kind of sitting at his office, just going over some paperwork. But because you're just going right in, he's going to notice you eventually. And, he's going to motion to have a seat. And, of course, there's the 2 chairs right in front of the desk.
I go forward and I sit down. And as I sat down, I let go of James' shoulder, but still just keep him in view.
I sit down as I am expected to.
All right. So, as you both sit down, well, immediately, let me just do a little check for a thing, just to see if maybe he notices some things. All right. Well, yeah, he's immediately just gonna kind of wonder, how'd things go? Is all the problems taken care of? I assume everything went nice and well.
We did as you asked us to.
All right. And also, he's he's also gonna wonder because he didn't overhear, but he's just gonna ask offhandedly. What about that lady? How's she? Why is she not here with you all?
She didn't make it. Are you really surprised that two of us going against a blood mage that doesn't have casualties?
Mm. And I'd say put a little persuasion on it. All right, you gotta every time. You're lying.
Yeah, put some willpower on that because now I specified.
Hmm.
Oh, fuck.
And yeah, for this one, okay, his a little bit better. So.
Fuck. We're dead. We're so dead.
Well, it's a tie. So this one, let me think. How do I want to resolve this with a tiebreaker? Or, no, here's how we'll resolve it. So, with this.
Yes, little James.
Well, with this, okay, so he's maybe not entirely buying it, but he's just gonna press a little bit, and he's going to say, well, he kind of nod his head, and yeah, that Wyatt, he's a slippery old man. I thought he'd be a little too crazy to put up much of a fight, but I suppose he still had some left in him, huh? But I look at you.
Fucking paranoid the guy is.
Yeah, and again, he nods, but he's also looking to James and to Robert and saying, well, the two of you though, you seem to come out nice and clean. That's you must have been real lucky, huh?
Oh God, we were freaking lucky as shit. Like, James shudders.
My partner went in before us, and as he was dealing with her, I got him from behind. All right?
All right, and to that, I'm gonna say just persuasion again, and I'll give you a +1 because you're holding to it. But
James did say something too. Does he get a roll too?
Well, how about this? I will add his excuse onto yours, so +2. All right.
Please, Aaron, Jesus, please, please. Fuck you, Aaron,
enjoy
Jesus.
it, God, give it to me in the bum.
We are so fucked if that doesn't work out the way it should. Yep, we are fucked. We're so goddamn fucked, right?
Well, maybe. But all I'll say is that Russell just kind of sits back and thinks to himself, nods his head at you, and
we're completely fucked. Robert doesn't know it, but yeah, we're completely fucked.
But yeah, he's just going to he's just gonna sit back and think, and then he's going to say that it sounds like quite a harrowing affair, but I have to ask, if I were to send Juarez over there just check up and make sure everything checks out, you're not gonna find any surprises or anything, not gonna find you've been maybe stretching the truth a little bit, am I?
Definitely not, sir. If Juarez went over there, he would find nothing. Not even the ashes anymore, because I guess they're blown away by now. And, well, that's not even a lie. Come on. I mean, if Juarez drives over there now, he won't find shit.
Well, he wouldn't have to drive, though, Meta.
Yeah.
He would, because of... Well, yeah, he's fast, so he could...
But he's not going to waste time. He's not going to waste
just
like
flash
that.
over there.
But yeah, he doesn't like to waste blood. But okay, so I'll give this Robert. Technically speaking, he's not lying because you wouldn't find anything.
Yeah, that's the whole truth.
Yeah.
He would not find anything at Wyatt's Manor.
Well, how about this? I'd say a persuasion check again, but this time I'll give just a +1 because you're telling the truth, actually. Yeah.
Fuck you,
He's deep
are
inside our
Jesus.
children.
All right. So to that, yeah. So Russell, he's just going to, he's gonna just nod his head to that one, and yeah, he's gonna just whistle real quick, and yeah, Juarez, he'll just kind of peek in the door. And Russell's just gonna very plainly say, "Yeah, I'd like for you to go and check up on some things over at that Mr. Wyatt's estate. Just make sure that business has been taken care of. And I'm gonna sit here and have a little just a little chat with our friends here." So yeah, he's gonna send Juarez off, and you two are kind of. You're gonna be,
Oh,
yeah,
God.
he's holding you here for a little while.
Yeah, of course, because he doesn't believe us for shit now.
Yeah, but Juarez is
We
gonna.
really need more social characters.
Yes, you do. Yes.
And
you
Robert, just by his concept, can't get more social because he's behavior blind.
do. Yeah. Oh. So, but Juarez is gonna quickly be checking in on something. So, while you all are kind of, well, you're gonna be having fun, but I'm gonna switch over now to, since you split the party up, I'm gonna switch over
Yep.
to Davis, Wyatt, and Julia, and they're kind of camped out on just the edge of the woods, still in view of the estate, and so this will be happening kind of a little bit before. We're winding time back a little bit, so they've got time to prepare, and to which I'm just going to, let's see, I'm gonna do one quick check here just to make sure that everything is set up properly on Wyatt's end.
Well, he'd have some time to prepare.
Yeah, I'm just kind of doing rolls for the time that would have passed. Okay. It's a bare minimum. It works. So, all right.
Get
So,
that son of a bitch.
okay, so yeah, so what's going on out there is Wyatt is just kind of he's kind of cleared some dirt, and he's just spreading some of that blood around, just making all those little runes and patterns, and just making sure everything is set up right, and he's just kind of in the middle of all that, and he seems to be about prepared and ready, and Julia is just kind of just milling around, and I guess Davis, who he's got his arrows prepared, but I guess now, since you're gonna have some time, you're gonna have a second. We're gonna let them deal with a problem. So first off, on Davis's end, I guess what would he be doing or saying or anything at all while he's out there?
He'd likely be fiddling with his arrows, watching the mansion, just checking to see if anything goes wrong, really.
All right. Well, I
At
guess
least he's not flirting during the mission.
no tasteful fades to black during the mission. All right.
I was just talking about flirting.
Oh, it's never enough with Davis, but all right. Well, okay. So Davis is we could maybe even say he's kind of just scouting just looking around the perimeter even, because you got time. So
Yeah, he's just like looking for anything out of the ordinary.
all right. Well, to that, let's we'll sum it up with a wits and composure and see how much you can actually see while you're out there.
Come on, good luck.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, to that I will give that. Well, Davis might notice that things of note is, well, there are of course guards just kind of patrolling around the perimeter, but with that success, he can never quite tell how many there are because they move around a lot, they change shifts. Yeah, he doesn't get an idea of how many, but there's more than one. That's what he knows. Um, but yeah,
I
they're
just
well away.
realized something.
Oh,
Davis has no idea how Juarez looks.
this is true. Because he's never been. He's never.
Well, Julia's there. She can tell him.
Yeah. If he spots something. But yeah, like so for the first check, Davis he gets an idea that the grounds are being patrolled. So that's the first one, and then if there's anything else he wants to do in a couple of minutes, now's the time.
Is there anything specific I should be looking for? He just kind of nods back to Julia and Wyatt.
All right, and so he's okay. This is a good excuse for it. So because he's the one, he doesn't know what the target looks like. So since he asked the question, both Julia and Wyatt know. So Julia, since she's less occupied, she'll go ahead and explain, just give like kind of a description of Juarez. Just what to be on the lookout for. And she'll also be helpful and say that because she'd be able to see the people patrolling around too with some effort, and she could say that they're not vampires, they're just people, and maybe she's even gonna add that maybe they don't fully know what they're doing, maybe we shouldn't just kill them for no reason, is what she'll add there.
Goddamn hippie.
Hey, they might not know what they're doing.
If anything happens, like, I will shoot them if need be.
All right, and yeah, to that, again, she doesn't want any unnecessary bloodshed, but she gets it. All right, so now Davis has a description and good timing. So let's see if Davis can make a check. So we're kind of catching up in time now. So, wits and composure. Damn.
Wow.
Really good.
Not a critical, but really good.
Yeah, with that. Okay, so I'd even say like immediately Davis was like a hawk just watching that manor. And when the front door opens up and Juarez steps out, Davis is immediately going to recognize that based on the description. So he knows what's going on and he's got some time.
Wait for Juarez to get a little closer, but ready. Get ready.
All right. So he's making sure everybody kind of knows the deal. All right. So,
just a suggestion: ready your bow and just take aim.
Oh yeah, that's like meta. Meta, I would say, like, because you get an aiming bonus for each turn you aim. So you might want to be doing that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Juarez to get closer, and I'm also like warning Julia and Wyatt about that.
All right. So yeah, we'll say one turn of aiming. All right. So, and let me just make a little note here. Okay. So, all right. So what Juarez is doing, he's just kind of leaving the manor, and he's going to be going. His car is kind of parked a little further along the dirt road there. It's big, very nice white car with the bull horns on front. But yeah, he's going to be walking towards that. So he's going to be driving to wherever he's going. So there's kind of a limited opportunity there. But yeah, so okay, one turn of him going to his car, but it's at this point, and with that 4, I'd say it's obvious to Davis that he's going to be getting in there and going somewhere. So this is kind of this is your moment, so to speak.
Wouldn't Wyatt also start with his ritual?
Well, he's again, it's not to kill him. It's you need to make sure
but
that
still.
yeah, well, the hope was that he'd be a little further away from the manor, but again, like, look, Davis is kind of the one on point here. So, I'm gonna leave it up to his strategic genius to figure this out.
Should I fire or should I let him go? Firing would undoubtedly, like, there's guards out there. They might see it.
That's
And
the thing.
If I fire a flaming arrow, they're definitely going to see it because he's going to be, like, screaming and on fire.
Yeah.
If I shoot a regular arrow, he's going to fall to the ground and be staked. But, like, there's less of a chance of them noticing that. If I don't fire, he'll go over to Wyatt's house, and depending on the positioning that we're in, like, he might drive by us and see us.
Yeah.
So it all depends. Is it worth the risk?
Well,
I think the flaming arrow is worth the risk. Just thinking aloud here, because if
It
one of the
definitely
guards
would.
notifies Willis, he's going to try and.
Let me put it like this. If you shoot him, use one of the flaming arrows, use willpower and try to stake him.
Yeah, that's
Because
what I'm thinking.
then
I was definitely going to use a willpower firing on him.
Then he'd be staked and on fire, which means he's dead.
yeah.
Yeah,
Basically dead.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to willpower fire a flaming arrow at him.
And just real quick before you just I'm gonna assume, so you've alerted everyone, so you're also, I'm assuming, going to tell Wyatt to do his thing now, because now would be the time.
Yeah, I'm going to, like, tell him now is the time to do the thing.
All right, so so first off, and I, like, no cheating and looking, I say to Donna, but I'm gonna I'm gonna do the roll for that first, and I'm not gonna say whether it's done its effect or not, but then you're gonna do your roll, and then we're gonna see how events play out. So, okay, first off, let me go ahead and let me pull up a roll here. All right.
Come on.
Okay, so let me get a roll, and here we go. Okay.
So that's a lot of dice.
It is, but
But no rerolls, so I guess he didn't get many successes.
yeah, no cheating and looking now. But
I didn't look, I just took logical conclusions there.
yeah, all right.
I don't even have the Twitch tab open. Should I?
Right. No cheating.
I just like
The
having
temptation. It's the temptation.
Okay,
But,
so
okay.
willpower that firing arrow.
Yeah, well, hold on, just a minute. Un momento. So now, okay, so here's the thing. It's a contested thing. So, just let me just get the contested roll here real quick. Let's see this one. This is the maths kick in now. So let's see. All right, let's see. Composure, blood potency. So let me just pull that up real quick and.
Come on, Wyatt, pull through.
Okay. Maybe. So okay. Let me just kind of do the effects here real quick. Let me just work this out. And all right.
Oh
Okay.
God, my heart is pumping so fast right now.
Well, I will say this, all right? It's going to come down to Davis's roll, I think. So, okay. Now, let me get your roll here for Davis. All right. So, all right, your bow. So we established
You just do your fucking thing.
Yeah, it's strength, athletics, and then so let's see.
Strength +1 because of the merit.
Oh well, I added on to the damage of the bow. So let's see. Okay, so that's 2, 3. Okay, so that's 5, 6 because of archery. 7, 8, 9. So you have a. Okay, so here's the thing. First off, I'm assuming you're going for the heart, right?
Yes.
Okay, so in that case, normally your roll is 9 minus 4 for the staking. So that's 5 dice you have to work with.
With or without the willpower?
And with willpower, so 5, 6, 7, 8. So with willpower, you have 8 dice to work with.
Come on.
Oh my god! Fuck you! Can we get a reroll?
Nope. That's oh god, this is a series.
Oh, we're
of...
so fucked.
All right, and let me just knock off.
Rest in peace, everybody there. I'm
Well-
sorry, but I think you're done.
Well,
I seriously think you're done right
No, but
now.
seriously, I'm. Can I take a break?
then
I'm really angry now.
Alright, Jesus, no!
well. Okay.
Yeah,
hold on.
my pulse
So-
is just going so fucking fast
Well, okay.
because
so-
everything's going wrong. I predicted this. I predicted this yesterday.
well, okay. Hold
We are
on.
fucked.
Hold on a second now. So, all right. I'll say first off, no hyperventilating. All right. So first off, so Wyatt's role. First off,
I'm
he
just
lowball. He lowballed,
laughing and
so-
crying and hyperventilating all at once because I like all of our characters.
Look, you're not dead yet. So, okay, let me explain what just happened here, okay? So, okay, first off, Wyatt, he lowballed. He only managed to knock off 2 Vitae from Juarez. So, no, he's still mighty ready to rip your heads off. But,
Shit.
yeah.
Shit.
And then
But
second
he
thing,
still has to get rid of that Vitae, so
yeah, second
that's a
thing,
little bit of time.
yeah, second thing is, so Davis completely missed. So a flaming
Yeah.
arrow just flew off into space, basically.
And
Does he notice it?
That's the thing. So now here, I would say. So here's the thing. Davis is really the only one poking his head out of the woods to do this. So I would say a dexterity plus stealth check from Davis, and maybe just reflexive. Maybe you don't get noticed, or he doesn't know where it comes from. We'll see.
dragging your fucking life depends on that.
I have to willpower that. Noted.
I just wanted to remind you.
I cannot be noticed.
All right. So yeah, dexterity, stealth, and another. Knock off another willpower. So.
Actually, all of our fucking lives depend on that because if that guy gets back, we are dead.
So how much is that?
Okay, so well, let's see. Dexterity plus stealth check. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have 10. Yeah, you have a stealth check at 10. And
Okay, great.
Yep.
And Jesus, please be merciful.
Okay,
That's a decent check.
Yeah, that
That's
is a,
quite a decent check.
yeah.
Shouldn't be noticed.
Mm.
Well, if he gets a critical, you get noticed.
Yeah. So now, okay. Let's see.
Hope for no criticals.
Well,
Knowing our luck.
fortunately, he's not the most observant. Let's see.
Shake and stop. That's nice.
Oh my God! Wow, that's a lot.
Jesus
of
Christ, double, please.
We're
but
fucked.
Please no.
but no. So okay.
It's only 3 dice.
Yeah. So here's what I'll say. So Juarez, he's kind of just messing with his car keys over by his car, and he perks up for a second. Is he, was that a flaming arrow? But no. He just kind of looks around, but because Davis missed so badly, we can assume the arrow wasn't even near him. I don't know, he just shot it into space. So yeah, no, Juarez does not notice anything. He's still just messing with his car keys.
Oh my god.
And I just realized something. We forgot to add the aiming bonus on the last shot, so I'm gonna add that to your next shot you make.
Okay.
Yeah, we forgot to add that, but so okay. So Davis.
We're so fucking lucky.
Yeah, so you're still good though. I guess yeah, he's still by his car just messing with the keys. You got a little distracted there for a second, but you did good in not being seen. So what does Davis want to try to do now?
Wait, little meta question. So that was all Wyatt could do?
Well,
he can't try again?
He can do it again.
All
he
right.
can totally.
All right.
Yeah, and that
All
Vitae,
right.
that flask of Vitae is gives him more to work with too. But yeah, like he's good for more. It's just I guess that was his first attempt, which I mean Davis can criticize there, or he can formulate another plan with the others.
Can't Julia try to encourage him a little bit, and encourage him to use his everything,
well,
so that he might use willpower on the next one?
Well, and the thing is yeah.
Because, to be honest, not only our lives depend on it, his does too.
This is true. This
if he botches that, he's dead.
Yeah. Well, for everyone really. But
yeah, I know, but that would be a motivation to him to try harder next time.
Yeah, and to that, well, first off, what is Davis's plan?
Okay, so I'm wondering, should I try my luck again, or should I let him go and check? Because really, he's not going to see any Wyatt back there.
But then he's gonna come back and, it's not gonna be pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of it's not your chance.
I'm thinking I should work with Julia to convince Wyatt to do that and tell him, or ask him, not really tell him, but ask him to tell me if it works or not.
All right, and Wyatt, with doing his thing, he's let me just do a quick check first off for his state of mind here. All right, he's holding good. He's just going to say that was it's been a while since he's done this sort of thing. Yeah, he's got the hang of it now. He should be, next time will be far better. He guarantees.
Try harder, old man. Your life depends on it.
Just tell me if it goes well, because I don't want to do this again and miss, and we all die.
All right, and so let's see. Let me just do a little check here. All right, so Julia's she's gonna do some talking and persuading to him, and it's coming up good. Okay, so yes.
Oh, yes.
All right.
And this time I explicitly told him to tell me how it went.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it's gonna take him time, and the thing is, when he does this thing, it's gonna alert Juarez. He's even gonna say as much. So you kind of want to shoot at the same time.
Well, ready a bow, aim again.
All right, and this time I will add your aiming bonus onto it. But first off, let me do the check.
Well, you got 9 dice to work with this time, if you willpower it again.
Of course I'm going to willpower it again.
So first off, let me so let's see. Let me with willpower on Wyatt this time. Let me have his full dice pool, and let's see how much he can do. Ooh, very nice. Okay.
That sounds very satisfying.
All right. So, okay.
Please.
Well, it drained him pretty good. He still got some vitae, but this was a hard drain. Juarez he's gonna feel it a lot. It was over excessive critical, so he's that you're gonna know. So first off, well, okay, let's see to get a good idea of what's going on. Okay, so because of what just happened, it's gonna confer a little bonus to you. I would say a +2 bonus for what just happened to Juarez.
So that would be 11 dice.
Well, okay, so
if you knock another point of willpower off, yeah.
So okay, let's math here real quick. So okay, with all the bonus, okay, so you already had +2 because we forgot the aiming last time. So okay.
Oh, +2 from the aiming.
Yeah, well, he was aiming for 2 turns.
Then it's then it's 12.
Let's see.
If he uses willpower.
Hold on, let me just check. So let's see. Okay, so 2. All right, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9 with the willpower. Then 10, 11, 12, 13 with everything, and then then with the penalty though for going for a staking. So okay, that
because it was 8 dice last time he shot.
Let me think, because he had.
It
he
was
suppo-
8 dice last time.
like
With the willpower.
with the willpower though.
Yeah.
So okay, this time, yeah, because this time you have +4, which would put you up to like normally 13. But let's see, this time, okay. Well, hold on, math. Let me just. Oh god, this is the merits and all that. I'm just making double sure that we're all good. So okay. All right, so we're gonna say 9. Yeah, 9 dice with the penalties, with the bonuses, with everything
Oh
factored
God,
in.
I left
and-
purposefully just to miss this.
Mm.
I'm
right.
sorry.
Wyatt got pretty lucky on his second.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay, you got 9 dice.
Without
Please,
willpower,
please,
though, right?
please.
Oh, I thought we were with willpower.
With willpower.
Yeah,
Huh?
because penalties.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just confused because it was 8 dice the last time he shot,
Hmm.
but he still got 3 successes with me, which means he staked
I'll take that.
Juarez with a fucking flaming arrow.
Yeah.
Juarez is dead.
That
Maybe
guy.
not.
Yeah, if the guards are fast enough, he isn't dead. But
Yeah. So, okay. Well, first off, all right. So let me just calculate the damage here. All right. Let me calculate just what happened and describe it for you, because certain events just happened here. All right. Events are occurring. So, all right. Let's see. So let me just go ahead and mark off. So on a vampire, that's going to be 3 points of aggravated damage.
and he'd be burning now.
Yeah, it's not a big fire, but like I'd say really like maybe 1 point of aggravated per turn, because it's just a very small flame. But all right. So yeah, okay. Here's what happened. So first off, Juarez, he had absolutely no chance to notice this coming, because thanks to the excessive critical success on that blood magic ritual, Juarez was puking his guts up. He was vomiting just buckets of blood up, just all of his vitae, and that was pretty much keeping him occupied. And so while he was doing that, Davis shot his arrow, and with 3 successes, that was enough to, right through the heart, stake him on the spot with a flaming wooden arrow. So Juarez goes down just face first on the dirt, but he's not ashing. He's not done yet. He's not dead, but he's yeah. And to this, so because he was a little ways away from the estate, let me just see if any guards in the vicinity might have noticed that.
Please.
So okay, let me just get a little thing up real quick. But you turned your luck around. I'll say that right now.
Yeah.
You turned it around. So okay, let's see. Okay, so some wits composure rolls. All right.
Breakout, we're still in the game, and I'm so happy.
I took an anxiety pill just for this occasion.
Everything was fine.
It was all good after all.
Yep.
Yeah,
But that was just such a
the
lucky.
dice just needed to warm up.
Yeah.
So, do any guards notice?
All right. So, okay, here's the thing. So, what I'll say is that so the one guard who's kind of right at the door, he's going to be noticing. And well, he's noticing that Juarez is falling down, so he's going to be going out to him. He's going to be moving that way to see what's going on. But so far, he's the only one who's been alerted just yet.
He used to be a human like you, so make him take an arrow to the knee.
Arrow to the knee or to the neck?
Hey, he's still human, though.
That's why I
Right.
said to the knee.
I thought he would.
Well, like the guards are still human, but yeah.
Kind of.
Well, they're still technically human. All right.
Ghouls.
Yeah, that's still human. But so
Still, Juarez needs to die.
yeah, well, he's been staked down, and to this, like, I guess first off, Davis wits composer reflexive just to see what he's noticing of the aftermath. Okay.
Little meta question: wouldn't that fire also spread and make deal more damage on time
Well,
after a
it's-
few?
the thing
Turns?
is it's not like he was covered in gasoline.
Yeah, but the clothing still catches fire.
Yeah, but well, the clothing that he wears, it's not the most flammable kind. It's not.
So
but-
cotton.
What, is he wearing asbestos or something?
Well, cotton is fairly fireproof, actually. That's why usually cooks in big kitchens wear cotton clothing.
Yeah, so it's a small thing there. So okay, so what Davis noticed, he notices first off that hey, his shot went true, but he's also going to notice that a guard has been alerted and is going over to Juarez to see what's going on. He's also going to notice that.
Aim another arrow.
All right, so flaming or regular?
I think flaming is going to make this guy start screaming.
Regular is going to make this guy start screaming as well if you hit
Yeah, but
him.
if he's on fire, he's going to be screaming even more. And he's also going to be like again, he's going to be on fire. And
Well, you could also just put another flaming arrow into Juarez.
Well, that wouldn't
To-
solve the guard problem though, but
Well, the guard problem can be dealt with up close, but if Juarez burns to ashes before the guard can get him up, that would solve a problem permanently.
Well,
yeah, but then you guys and us, we would have to deal with the guards and
just rolling for things.
the other vampire.
Well, I'm just gonna. It's up to Davis right now. Davis is the one out there with the bow.
It's up to you. It was just a suggestion because it sounded neat.
Yeah, but
Although
Davis
that
is the
does
one.
provide a good idea. That provides alternatives.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you got
exactly.
the bow, and you're in this situation, and you know what you see, but what's Davis thinking?
Should I put Juarez out of commission, or at least do my best to try? Or should I stop the guard and potentially make it worse? Because if I stop the guard, like, I'll have to go for the throat so he can't scream. Take his ability to show, like, to
Well.
speak about it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
go for a
your
headshot,
girl asked
but-
you not to kill humans.
Yeah, which by the way, real quick though, so speaking of, so Julia, she's observing all this too, and she can see that your guard coming, and she can see Davis kind of, readying up and thinking, and she's gonna just kind of again say that, look, Juarez is, that's who we need to get out of the picture. That other guy, he might be bad, but he's human. He might not. We don't have to kill people. So that's what she's gonna say to Davis.
Davis, like, kind of flinches at that, and he switches to a flaming arrow. He's going to shoot Juarez. He's been convinced.
Emotional attachment.
Yeah, he's been convinced. Like, no rolls even need to be done. Like, that's enough for him.
All right, he's on board with the hippie plan, but all right.
Fucking
so,
hippies.
all right.
So we're gonna fire another arrow at Juarez.
Yeah, and this time you don't need to make a targeted shot. So like, okay, I'd say your roll by default would be let's see. So let me just get your thing here. So let's see, that'd be like let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you'd have like a 9 dice just by default.
Should I put my last willpower on that, or should I save that willpower?
It's your call.
Because there still is another
Wait,
vampire that needs to be dealt with.
Little question now. So his regular shot is 9, and on the staking shot he had a +4 bonus and a -4 penalty, right? So there's no way the willpower was involved there.
Well,
If his
Okay.
regular shot is 9, and he had this +4 bonus on the last shot he did,
Okay.
and a -4 penalty, that would put him back at 9 without using willpower,
ah, okay.
So,
Alright.
should,
which
so
was
should I just stick with the 9?
Well, wait, but when he rolled the second time around, that it was more than 9 dice. I'm
no,
pretty
it
sure.
was 9. It's
Yeah,
that
he used-
a
he used-
nice triple 8.
Ah, okay.
I used
So
9 to
he
shoot.
didn't use willpower on
Okay.
that one.
All right. So okay. Thanks for clearing. Okay, it's maths. Oh,
So would I have another willpower back then?
okay then.
Yeah.
I'll give it back. So you got 2 willpower right now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then I'll reuse that willpower again and say we'll have 12 dice, I guess.
All right. There we go. Maths. Oh. So yeah, 12.
So yeah,
dice.
I was right.
Okay.
12 dice.
Yep.
I would
Go
assume.
for it.
Kill him.
Not
You
enough.
are in Jesus.
Yeah, not enough.
But
you
he
are
also
doing,
gets another damage from the already flaming arrow in his chest, right?
Yeah, just one, but yeah, still doing damage. However, also in the time it took to do that, the other guy, the guard, he's gonna be over there. Let me just do a wit's composure again. Although he's gonna notice either way, because especially now that you shot him with the. Yeah. So he's not gonna pick up like where it came from, but yeah, he's gonna go to Juarez's aid, and he's gonna pull that arrow out. He's gonna try to anyway. So that's gonna be. Let me just get a little check for him just to make sure he
Come on, arrow, break in him so that it can't take it out.
All right, let me see what he's got. Nope, he gets it out successfully. So
Shit.
yeah. So
Well, there's still one arrow in him.
yeah, the new
And
one.
now he'd be at 5 aggravated damage.
That other arrow wouldn't be a staking arrow, though. That's just a regular one.
Yeah, and I guess well you're still using the flaming one though, right?
Yeah. So
All right.
extra fire.
Okay. So yeah, aggravated damage still. So okay. So he's still got 1 point, unless the guy he's probably gonna try to put it out the next turn. But and let me take another arrow off from your thing here. So all right, let's see. So you should be down. Yeah, down to two flaming arrows. So okay. Yeah. So okay. So at this point, you see Juarez is still there, and this guy is helping him out now. At this point, I guess, is Davis gonna, consult with the others, or is he gonna go for it? What at this point, like, I don't know, is Davis having any ideas or thoughts?
Restate Juarez.
He didn't die. What should I do?
So okay, yeah, Davis is beginning to panic, but yeah. So to that, let me just see if because Wyatt is still there and he's still prepared. Let me see if he's okay. He's still in a right state of mind. So yeah, he's just going to look over to Davis and he's going to say, that fellow over there who's helping up the one you shot. I could take care of him. I think I could do what I did to Juarez to him, but be much more painful. And to that, like,
Do it.
well, first off, to that, like, Julia is she's gonna give the look. She's not happy about that idea. All right, but again, Davis is the one who's kind of on point. So.
Juarez needs to die. We don't want to.
So okay, well, so he's gonna do something about the guy who's helping him then. So all right, Davis gave the go ahead. All right, so with that, let me do a little roll here, And let's see, he's gonna put another. Yeah, he's gonna put his all into it because it's important. All right, and this one, okay, functions a little differently. So critical. First off, critical, and
Yes.
this functions a bit differently on humans than it does on vampires. So with a critical, yeah, I'll give this one. So okay, what you're gonna see now is the guy who was Wyatt's gonna do his little thing. He's gonna chant a little bit and stare at the guy, but yeah, what happens though is the guy who was trying to pull the arrows out of Juarez, he just kind of stops and just begins spasming and just vomiting up blood and bleeding out of his eyes and just blood everywhere, and he just collapses in on himself, just almost implodes like he's crunching in on himself. It's messy. All right, like
I just want to say I'm not paying for that therapy.
Does that stop the arrow from being taken out, or do I need to stake him again?
No, he's still well, here's the thing, all right? So the arrow, the guy pulled out the arrow. He pulled out the one that was staking him. So now at this point, Juarez, he's up and able to do things, but he's still got that other one in him. That's the thing.
Wouldn't he have to do a frenzy check though?
Yeah, that's the thing. And I'm gonna do that. But the guy who was helping him, who was gonna try to get the other arrow out, and no, he's down. That guard is down, and none of the other guards had noticed. So
That's good, because that means Horace can't refresh his vitae.
yeah, no, yeah.
That was my big worry there.
Yeah. But he's still got a little tiny bit left in him, and so now,
Shit.
yeah, now, okay. So, but the good news is, hey, other guys dealt with. However, Juarez gets a turn. He gets his turn. So
Juarez has to get his bearings because he's
Doesn't
getting up.
Davis also get a turn again?
true. Well, the
So
thing
Davis
is,
could still try to reshoot him.
well, he could.
I'm fast with that bow, remember?
Well, his turn was kind of since we're not in formal combat because nobody was fighting them yet. His action there was asking Wyatt to do something.
All right.
But yeah. So okay, now Juarez will get his turn, and then if he gets in a right state of mind, then the formal official combat starts for the reals. But let's see how well this goes. So first off, he's up. And immediately, frenzy check. So,
Frenzy check with penalties, right? Because
Well,
there's blood everywhere,
God.
and he got
Well-
a flaming arrow in him.
yeah. Thing is, okay, with all the, oh God, the penalties on this one. It's gonna be like a chance roll.
Juarez will most likely be freaking out.
Oh, he's frenzied, but his frenzy is very focused. He's angry, very angry.
You're
but
still basically fucked if he finds you.
yeah, his immediate action is to, strength athletics, pull that other arrow out so he doesn't take any more damage. That's like his immediate action, just instinctively. So let's see. All right. Okay, yeah, arrow is out. That's just kind of an instinctive, just reflexive thing there. Just try to get that out. The next thing he's gonna do is, at this point, Davis is gonna have to make another stealth check. All right, dexterity plus stealth.
Okay, that's a 7, right?
Let's see. You have 4 and 5, 6, 7. Yes.
Shit.
Yeah. So
You're
let's see.
fucked.
Maybe not. Maybe everything will be fine. It's always possible. Everything's not
Somebody
fine.
say
I'm
my
gonna
name?
tell you that. Right.
What?
Everything's not fine. That's nice to hear from you for once, because most of the time, even if nothing is fine, you say everything will be fine.
Oh, well. So yeah, with this.
Should I go now?
Oh, no, everything's good. So, okay, let's see. So So here's what's gonna be happening. I'm gonna say it right now. So with his focused anger frenzy, with with noticing where the arrows have been coming from, and he's knocked off a point. oh, the chorus kicks in, but I can't even. But okay. So here's the thing, all right. So he noticed where the problems were coming from. He's going to be heading towards that, and he's going to knock off 1 point of blood, and he's going to kick his celerity in. And I'm going to tell you right now that he gets initiative. He gets, not only does he get the initiative, but with his celerity, no, he gets there in the turn. So he gets to, he'll get right up on Davis. He will get right, like, it's not even, no rolls necessary for this one.
Rest in pieces.
Yeah, he moves faster than a fucking train. But yeah. So really, what it's gonna come down to is, I guess, can Davis maybe see him coming? That'll be like a wit's composure, and and I guess wit's composure from everyone as well. But let me roll for the others here.
Oh.
Oh God.
Well, with a 1, I'd say a 1 would barely even be able to perceive him. It's just a blur coming at you. So, yeah, no, not so great. So yeah, okay. In that case, he gets initiative. So the combat begins now, and Juarez gets initiative, and he is going to attempt. Let's see. Let me just kind of get an idea here. So he's in the full frenzy here, but he's got his he's got kind of a machete with him most of the time, just kind of around his belt. No, that machete's out, and he wants to kill you very badly.
Oh God.
Yeah. So let me just get a nice roll here, and so first off, I would say at this point your defense does not apply. That 1 was not enough.
Shit.
Yeah. Again, he's like the Flash right now. So yeah, no defense. Here he goes, and you got maybe lucky here. So yeah. I'm gonna knock off 2 points of lethal damage on Davis. He's slashing at you with this thing incredibly fast, but he's
just slashing at him. That's good. That's so good.
Yeah. He's
because
angry.
The other
machete is a slashing weapon. You don't stab with a machete.
No. What I want to say, the other possibility would have been that he bites you.
Yeah, that would have been bad too.
Yeah.
That would have been horrible.
Yeah. But he's going for he just wants to kill him. He just wants his revenge. But
stake him.
Well, that's what I'm going to try to do. Take him.
But yeah, for this turn though, he's got the celerity on, so you're gonna have to beat that. Because that does allow him to dodge bullets or arrows in this case. But
I do have lightning fast bow skills.
It is true. But okay, so that was his turn. He's just clouded with rage, so he's not focusing as much as he could. But
also, do Julia and Wyatt notice me being slashed up into pieces?
Yes, but turn order, and I'm just gonna, because the thing is, neither of them are like really. You have the combat stats here. So I'm gonna say turn order is Davis, and then Julia, and then Wyatt. So
little question: could Davis still try to reflexively throw an arrow to Julia's feet to give her the possibility to stake Juarez from behind?
Well, I would look, his notice check rolled a 1, and that was barely enough to even perceive him coming. So I wouldn't say he's no. But now it is Davis's turn. So you've just been kind of slashed a bit in the torso, and you're feeling it, but you're in there. So what are you gonna do?
Well, attempt a stake.
All right, so you're going for the staking. Although I'd say, because remember, he still does have all that aggravated damage on him. You could just go for a general flaming arrow shot, but
Yeah,
Right.
like attempt a stake, but like really just shoot him.
just random shot then. So basically, no aiming on any specific part.
Yeah, it's just a luck shot in terms of if it actually stakes him.
All right. Well, then in that case, so your normal roll. So yeah, let's see. That's okay. 2, 5. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, 9's your normal roll. However, minus because his celerity is on for the combat turn. So -4. All right. So you have 5. Yeah, you got 5 dice.
You might still have a point of willpower left.
Yeah, willpower that and make it 8.
All right then. All right, that's the last willpower. Damn. Damn nice.
He's
And-
dead, right?
Yeah, with that.
There's no way he has more than 9 health.
Yeah, with that, because he can't heal that Yeah, so with that,
Juarez falls to the ground and dies.
No, that was even a critical. I didn't see that.
yeah, it was a crit. So okay, first off, let me just take the arrow. You still have one arrow. You can one flamer there, but okay, so. Yeah, so Davis kind of, winds back, he pulls and just, launches that arrow point blank range right into Juarez's chest. And no, that stops him in his tracks. And he just kind of, he stands there for a second, just falls down and, starts crumbling away into, just burning up. Just starts burning, ashes everywhere, and then just until there's a skeleton, basically. There's a charred skeleton on the ground, and then that starts crumbling away. So, you did it.
Davis
Now we have to deal
literally
with
just
Willis.
drops everything, falls to the ground, and just is heaving, tired and scared and full of adrenaline.
Oh, yeah, which...
Davis is he's essentially unconscious now. He's passed out from just pure adrenaline.
Well, okay, here's what I'm going to say. Look, Davis has not
We're not
encountered
done
this
yet.
kind of thing. Yeah, he's not encountered this kind of thing before yet, but I'll give this. How about a composure and resolve from Davis? Just to see how he's doing.
Because we're not out of the woods yet.
Yeah.
He's doing swell.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
He holds together. He's happy he killed the demon from another
Well-
dimension in essentially his eyes.
With what he saw and the fact that he never saw something like that before, maybe that would be a morality check, though. Just saying.
I don't think, honestly, I don't think morality, because he's been around vampires and around angry,
And he's also been around death, killing
Yeah.
animals quite often.
Although here's the thing, he did, okay, so now when we're on morality checks, so he did kind of tell Wyatt to, kill that one guy, that human, in the most gruesome way possible to stop
Or I
him.
just told him to deal with him. I didn't.
Well, he's a blood wizard.
Yeah.
Also, Wyatt told you that it's gonna be less pretty than with
Yeah. And Julia was begging you not to kill the normies.
Oh,
there,
yeah.
So. Yeah, I'm gonna say, you know what? Given the trauma, morality check. So let me just remember
God.
the roll for that. Let's see. You're still morality 7. So let's see. I think it's 4 dice, but let me just make sure. 4 dice. So okay. Roll and actually let me think here. So I'm gonna give this was a life or death situation because I need to start applying some penalties or bonuses here. It was a life or death situation. It was very important that he died, but still some questionable things were done. But I'll give you a +1 on it. So 5 dice. This is a moral check.
Oh God.
Yeah.
And so Davis falls to morality 6.
So now we are all on the same
Welcome
morality
to the
again.
club, Davis.
Welcome to Morality 6.
Morality 6 still is fine.
Yeah.
If you're down at 4, that's when you should think about your
Consult a
actions.
doctor. When you're
Not
down on
shoot your
4.
teammates in the leg, basically.
Yeah, so, but now you get to make another check. So now you need to roll, and this is there's no penalties or bonuses on this check ever. 6 dice, and this is to see if you go a little bit crazy.
Please.
Yep.
Jesus,
Yep.
you go crazy.
So, okay.
Oh, shit.
You're gonna suffer from a derangement. I'm not sure what that derangement would be, though. And honestly, it's not really, like, you need time to let it settle in, so I'll come up with a derangement for Davis later on. But, yeah, you're...
This might be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Davis might end up being crazy.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so I'll think of one later, but just so you know, Davis, lots of trauma there. Lots of trauma. But he did it. He did it. And as an added bonus, you haven't really, because Juarez was just so fast, none of the others would have even kind of noticed it in the dark. So, yeah, nobody has been alerted yet, all right? The perimeter is still safe, and you did it. You did it.
Davis,
We're still
he's pretty
trapped
crazy.
with the prince.
Yeah, but now let's switch back over though, since that was a good victory there. Let's let Davis just kind of wallow in that victory, and now we'll switch back to the others who maybe they're doing okay, maybe not.
I need to take a pee break real quick.
All right, you got time.
You got time now.
Yeah, so okay. So that was all kind of happening simultaneously. That was kind of the lead up, and we'll catch you all up to that. But since no guards were alerted,
We wouldn't be either.
yeah, everything is fine. So yeah, so James and Robert are still just sitting back in there with the prince, who's just kind of got his fingers crossed, just looking between the two of you, and maybe seeing through some of your bullshit. But
Maybe.
yeah,
Maybe, because we were so good at lying.
yeah. But
Hey,
so
man, meta, I have 1 persuasion.
Me too! That's the
Oh.
problem.
Okay.
yeah,
That's the whole problem of the situation. Both of us are incredibly bad at persuading people.
I thought you had like none.
You got
I
a little
have
bit.
1 persuasion, but no subterfuge, no socialize, nothing
Mhm.
in that. The only thing I have is intimidation and animal cannon, the social stuff, and both of that won't help us with a vampire prince.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, well, welcome
Welcome
back. We were just setting the scene here. So yeah, at this point though, he's just going to just stand up now and gonna pace just around his desk, and he is going to motion to Robert and James that you two, there's that you've been so helpful and in working with me, achieving goals, but there's something I'd like to show the both of you. Just why don't you follow me along here for a minute? So he's wanting you all to follow him.
Wits plus empathy to get a hang on what mood he's in. Just trying to.
Well, with a one, the only thing I'll give with that is he's kind of grinning. He seems like he might
God.
be up to something, but Robert wouldn't know what or quite how to
And
interpret that.
I'm doing a resolve composure as well, not as an anger check, but more to see in what kind of mindset Robert is at the moment.
Can I do a wits plus empathy as well?
Oh, go
Somewhat nervous. I am somewhat nervous.
for it.
Okay. Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
That'd be 4 because I've got 3 wits and 1 empathy.
Well, let's see. Yeah. Yeah. You get the same thing that Robert gets, basically, with that
Alright.
roll.
You know
So-
what? As I might have the look of a caged animal on my face, I asked him if I could smoke a cigarette first. I won't run away. He wouldn't have to worry about that.
Well, okay. So, Robert, well, you're going to have to put some persuasion on that one, especially now.
Yep.
Well. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna let's see if you can actually convince. I don't think so. Well, okay, this one I'll put it up to a tiebreaker. All right. So, 1 dice. Let's have them. Okay. You win. So, yeah, Russell, he thinks on it for a second, and he says, well, you, sure, why not? I'll let you have your smoke, but I'll just keep your friend here with me. Just, we'll just be waiting for you to get back.
I nod and I give James a side look, just silently asking if he thinks he's gonna be okay.
James doesn't notice it.
I guess he not even gonna try to notice, but
No.
Oh, fuck. I think this is a bad idea, but I'm still going outside.
all right. So,
Well, as long as you don't tell me that I'm fucking up completely, it can't be so bad it would counter any type of common sense.
well,
And
Now,
I like
if
to sing in
Robert
chorus.
goes outside, would he notice that Juarez's car is still there?
Well, first off, let's have to see what all Robert might notice on the outside.
yeah, I'm
Blitz
knocking
composure.
off 1 vitae for the blush, as I have to smoke a cigarette. That's if I don't, he's gonna smell it, or not gonna smell it, so to say. And here goes my. That's
So-
not too bad.
All right, so that's the notice.
Would
okay.
I also notice the corpse next to the car?
Yeah, that's the thing. At this point in time, like, yeah, you're gonna go outside and immediately notice, hey, there's no guard there at the door, and then with that roll, with a 2 there, yeah, you would notice that, oh, hey, yeah, there's bodies. There's a body over there, really fucked up looking, by the cars, and looks like something's been happening out here. That's what you're gonna notice once outside.
So I think for a moment about that, because that might mean that we are good, or it might mean that all of us are dead. All of the others are dead.
You'd know if the others are dead by now. That celerity, though.
Yeah.
Why should I know it? Because they were in the woods.
You'd be dead too.
Yeah, Juarez would have.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. So I smile for a moment, finish my cigarette, and go back inside. And I basically don't know about either resilience or vigor by this point, but Robert is basically getting ready for a fight here. He's trying to prepare himself both mentally and physically because, well, now our biggest problem is Willis.
Yeah. Well, before you can go back in, though, because you were out there just for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, smoking a cigarette.
Yep.
I'm gonna
and-
knock that off from my inventory too.
All right. And okay, so but we'll also say while Robert was out there, even just for those few minutes, back with James. Um, so yeah, first off, I'm gonna do a thing here, um, just a little thing.
And just a little notice on the meta side.
Mm.
You could, Dragon could just look the normal derangements up and maybe suggest something.
Yeah, because I'm
I'll do it
thinking
for him.
it
He
should
doesn't
be
have a
something
copy.
relevant.
Just
I
send me
guess-
a.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I can.
But we can take care of it later. It doesn't need to come into play this game. So, all right. And so, okay, real quick. So, James needs to roll just composure. Just composure.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I should not have let him
Oh,
in
God.
there on his own.
Yeah, so here's what just happened while they're alone. So yeah, Russell's just gonna just kind of look around at some of his little trophy displays and all that and keep an eye on James. But he's also just casually going to look him in the eyes and just say very plainly in an oddly enticing way, you know, yeah, he's just going to say, why don't you just, while we've got a moment here, why don't you just tell me everything that really happened? Just, let's be honest here. Why don't we?
Is that
And-
one of those situations where he can roleplay himself out, like
could.
with Julia?
Yes, he could. He very well could. If he can, because he just said to be honest about what really. Now this one is more like it's more
About everything that happened. That could mean from the very beginning of James's life.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. He just said be honest, say what really happened. So this could be interpreted in a different way. But let's leave it to James. Can he get himself out of this?
Well, back in Miami, I can't remember his name now. John, maybe? James? Jimber Hamel Schmidt? I don't know. He picked me up with one of my old buddies. I forget his name either. Fuck. But either way, he picked me up and drove me to another guy's house. And this guy, he lives in a club for some reason. This is back in Miami. And he's going to say to me and Jacob over here that we need to go back and pick up a buddy of his. Well, not a buddy, an underling, a schmunderling or something. He just needs to see where he is. And yeah, we went over to that guy and we got a book from his kind of cult place. But this kid, he was crazy. He was just meth addict all over the place. And this was while I was addicted to meth, of course, so I would have given him my meth, and I
All right. I got you. You're okay. You're getting your way out of this. Maybe. All right. Maybe. But okay. So here's what I'm gonna say. So this is going to be a bit of the manipulation and socialize. But I'll give you a +3 because you're getting into it. You're really doing a good job of diverting it. So let's see if you can talk your way out of it.
2 8s.
All right. And just a quick, just detecting lies.
I'm
a
just
normal one.
completely dizzy from laughing now. I
At least you
muted
aren't
myself
hiccuping.
because I was laughing so hard and couldn't stop.
Hey, look, James has twice now. He's managed to talk his way out of it. So, all right. So yeah. But
My heart is beating like Davis's right now.
yeah. So okay, the roll you did good on the roll too. So yeah, Russell, he's just he looks very bored, and he just kind of puts his hand up and just shakes his head to himself, just another damn simpleton. But yeah, but then at that point, Robert will be coming back in. So
Yeah, and I kind of want to leave it up to a chance if Robert instinctively uses one of those nice disciplines. I forgot which one is the one that ups my strength.
I think
Because
vigor. I
he's-
believe.
He's getting himself into that set of mind. I'm gonna kill that guy now.
Yeah, and that lasts for a scene, if I remember right.
Yeah, it does. So I'm gonna roll one die, and if it's
Alright.
an even number, it kicks in. If it's an uneven number, it doesn't, because Robert doesn't know he has that power.
Okay.
It kicks in.
All right then.
So knocking off one vitae, and Robert's gonna come back with a smile that might make him look like there's not just tobacco in those cigarettes.
All right, and let's see. Just roll in a little state of mind thing, a little thing. Okay. All right. So yeah, Russell's gonna welcome Robert back in, and yeah, say it seems like he's had a moment to clear his head. That's good. But yeah, he's gonna say that there's a little something he wanted to just look over and just talk to you two about something. Just right down here, and he's kind of motioning. So behind his stairs, there's a trap door kind of going down to a basement area.
There's also something I want to talk about with you. And I kind of walk around him, just very calmly now. Those last few days working for you were neither fun nor the kind of business I usually do. And to be honest, I fucking hate you. And you know what? Maybe it's time we're gonna start playing with our terms. Because, believe it or not, the cards have not turned in your favor. And I still smile, and I still look at him.
Ooh,
So I don't want to work for you anymore. I've done enough. I've done fucking enough. And I have a lot of reasons to hate you. Like you cleansing my kind from the city, just killing all of them. Give me one reason I shouldn't try to kill you.
Ooh, now, Robert, he's just putting the cards out there. Just
Yep.
intimidation, I'm gonna say. And I will give a bonus here on this one.
Because
since-
I am really confident with Juarez out of the picture.
Oh yeah. Well, that and yeah, you got the confidence, and you got also because you've been putting got that scene bonus from you're feeling strong now. But I'm gonna say, since you're feeling so good, I'll give it a +2. All right.
7 dice.
Yep. For once. Usually those intimidate rolls just go horribly.
Yeah,
for you,
with Robert they come on so low, which is kind of frustrating.
Yeah, so not a critical, but pretty persuasive there. And to this, let me do some resolve composure. Okay, you've successfully intimidated, and at this point, yeah, his grin is gonna fade, and he's looking between James and Robert, and yeah, he's going to be very plain here, and kind of compose himself and say, the two of you looks like you've got some balls now, huh? But need I remind that should anything happen to me, that my associate Juarez will rip you limb from limb and drain your friend dry. He's trying to intimidate you now, but well.
I smile
Okay.
on that. You know,
Okay.
your associate by now is fucking dust.
And with that, James just starts laughing really hard. Really fucking hard. He just fucking dies of laughter.
Would you threaten him with the bow guy who really knows what he's doing with that bow? He could probably shoot
Well,
you from
I don't. I want to get him really nervous, like he doesn't know what I'm talking about. So giving that away is a bad idea.
Well, that's up to you, really.
Yeah. How's Robert gonna play it?
And I'm knocking off another point of Vitae because now the claws are coming out.
Ooh.
So, Willis, we can make this nice and easy. You come out the front door with me, very slowly, telling all your guards to stay off. Or we can do this the hard way. You end up with my claws ripping out your heart, and you're fucking dead. The choice is entirely yours.
Ooh, and to this one. Okay, now that the claws come out, so I'll give you a +3 on the intimidation. All right? But
So
you're gonna have
that's
to.
8 dice.
And now it fails.
Fuck you, Iron Jesus!
Well, I'm fine if James is a vampire now.
James
Isn't
could try to
inevitable.
grab him if he tries something shady. Like,
Yeah,
seriously,
James could
James's
James could
Strength
fucking
plus brawl, and then
Just punch him in the face.
Well,
let's see how he reacts first. Then
Punch him in his
brawl.
stupid teeth.
yeah. So you failed to intimidate him into coming along with you, but let's just get a state of mind here. How confident is he feeling? Oh, let's see. And I've been doing a few state of mind checks, and let's see. Not the most confident. So he's just gonna start backing up very slowly. He's thinking what he can do here, but he's looking around
So
now.
I've been going around him. So if he backs up from me, he's getting close to James.
Yeah, okay. So then that'd be the positioning there, but he's clearly maybe looking to run or something like that.
Yeah. So James says, and I'm going to say this in James' accent. Ha! Too late, cowboy! And tackles him to the ground, punching him in the back of the head multiple times.
That would be a dirty trick, attacking from the behind.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to bash his head into the ground.
Too.
Okay. So I guess first off, so to see if you can pull this maneuver off, without him noticing it. So first things first. Let's have a bit of a. Well, let's see. Okay, first off, let me just see. Get just a base notice check from him.
I'm gonna do one too.
All right. Okay.
I don't notice.
Yeah. So okay, now from James, I would say, okay, for what he wants to do, this is okay. We'll do the initiative like this. So yeah, now James roll wits and composure as well, and let's see if he can do it first.
Nope.
Nope.
So yeah, at this point, okay. So since Robert noticed nothing and James not enough, at this point, so Willis is going to knock off 2. Well, no, let's see. Yeah, no, just 1. So yeah, 1 Vitae, and he's gonna kick in his celerity, which is not as good as
Oops.
Juarez. Not as good as Juarez,
But it's still existing.
yeah, and it's going to give him enough speed. It would not even be it multiplies it. So he's out the door. He's just super
Shit.
speeding out the fucking door. But yeah.
Does Davis notice?
Little question: is there a window in the office?
All right. Yes, there would be a window.
Does that window face the yard?
Yes, it's the yard
I'm
all
jumping
around.
through that fucking window.
Also, would Davis notice all of this garbage going on?
No, we are still in the office, so
Yeah. Well, you notice
no.
when he leaves, maybe, but well, so you know what though? Like the thing is you got Juarez and you got him on the run, but now something else might happen.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I know about it, and Breakcard knows about it, but
Oh,
Dragon
boy.
doesn't yet.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what?
No, let's not ruin it.
There
So-
was something going on last Sunday that foreshadowed it.
Yeah.
We've got fucking vampire hunters up our ass. Not just
out
the
the wazoo.
vampires.
Out the
Yeah.
wazoo.
So yeah, but I say because look, you for all in you got one on the run, killed the other, so the problems are getting solved. You're doing quite well. So of course now that other thing has to happen.
Yep.
So okay, at this point, so first off,
And hey, everybody but Davis is doing totally fine, and Davis has only 2 lethal damage marked off.
yeah.
Wait, is Davis bleeding though?
I'd assume, with the very little amount of damage he took, I'd assume he's okay. And also, he would have had time to just, pressure on the wound, that kind of thing. But, okay, so now let's go real quick, though, before we catch up to that. So, it's gonna be, okay, so this is gonna be just a few minutes before all of the nonsense and jumping out of windows. So back to Davis, and first off, I guess, we assume he put some pressure on the wound and all that good stuff. The second thing is with Davis, just a reflexive wits and composure real quick. Maybe he might notice some things.
And I just
Okay.
realized, if I want to keep my vigor and claws up, I have to knock off my last 2 vitae.
Ah.
That it's gonna turn into a shit show.
You got all these guards and shit, so
Well,
Yeah.
not as many guards as before though, but yeah, so okay, Davis does not notice until the last second then. And okay, so you don't notice something, but then okay, then time is gonna pass unless he's I assume what exactly would Davis be doing after killing Juarez and just chilling out there with Wyatt and Julia? What would he be doing?
Quietly celebrating and kind of internally freaking out.
And again, you have some minutes here, so let's see. Wyatt, he's just gonna be doing his own thing, as always, staring into space. But yeah. So Julia, first off, well, she's happy that Juarez is dead. Although,
But there's a dead human too.
yeah, that got a little bit messy, and she's not happy with that. But she's also as far as it goes for Davis, yeah, she's just gonna be making sure that Davis is okay, because Davis was kind of freaking out. So she's just gonna do a standard socialize with him. All right. So let's see. Okay. So yeah, she's just socializing with Davis, just kind of making sure he's good, trying to get him calm again, basically. And I wonder, is Davis composure resolve? Is he fully calm, fully in great, not having any problems now? Let's see. All right. He's doing good. So yeah, you're calmed down a bit now. All right. And so I guess, I guess again, would Davis have any other like plan after that? I'm not sure.
Well, after that, he'd probably go out to watch again just to see if anything else happens. But as we know, he doesn't really notice.
Yeah. Well, it didn't notice one thing. And so now let's do another wits and composure from Davis. So you failed to notice the first part. Let's see if you notice the second part. Okay, this one you do. So as Davis is looking around, he's maybe going to, he's gonna spot that there's some lights out in the woods. But they look, and now as he really focuses and concentrates, he can hear what sounds like engines, like trucks maybe, like you'd see like on the highway. So apparently there's some vehicles out here, which he didn't notice pulling up, we'll say. He was too busy
He's so
socializing.
fucked.
But yes, there's something going on around him, but again, it's dark. These are the woods out here, but he doesn't quite know what it is. But he's alerted to something.
He kind of points it out to Julia and Wyatt.
All right. And to that, all right, let me get a good state of mind here from the both of them. All right, well, first off, Wyatt is, his memories kind of his brain's failing him. And he's just kind of chanting something to himself. He's kind of dead to the world at this point. Yeah, so he failed that. As for Julia, just state of mind here. Let's see. Okay, so she's aware too, and yeah, so something is going on. She's aware of that now, but she's unsure. She's unsure of what to do. There wasn't anyone else that's supposed to be out here, right? So
Did they have reinforcements?
yeah, and to that, she doesn't think so. He doesn't have that many servants out and about. She doesn't know what this is.
Hmm. I'm not liking this.
So, all right, yeah. So now let me just go ahead and pull up a thing real quick, like, because it's about to get really interesting.
If there's another miracle crossbow staking, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Well, it's if only Davis didn't notice the first thing. But yeah. So at this point, though, okay. So now we're gonna catch it all up. All right. So at this point, Robert, through the window.
Yeah, and I knocked off 2 Vitae because he's maintaining. So I am blood-starved, which is gonna be really fun.
Okay. Here's the thing. So it's per scene on that. I
Yeah.
would honestly say, like, even though I broke it up there just because the party is split, I think it's still
Same
safe
scene?
to say. I think it's still safe to say we're in the same scene because you
I've
just
got
used
2
it.
Vitae left.
Yeah, you just used
Great.
it, and a scene is supposed
Great.
to last for a while. So, yeah, you're still good. You're still fucking good.
That's good because I don't want to get into hunger frenzy now.
But yeah.
And before we get things going, I have to go somewhere.
Okay. This is okay, this is a good little intermission time here. So we're about to hit part 2 of the climax.
If Davis saw Robert frenzy again, he'd just be like, "Oh, come on!"
Oh.
Well, if he's blood starved, that means
Well, not yet. Not
he
yet.
hasn't been.
Yeah, because the scene still carries on, so he doesn't have to renew the powers.
Okay, so
Also, now would be a great time to search for a derangement for Davis.
Yeah, you can look one up real quick. I was just gonna wait till after though.
yeah, that'd be a good idea to wait till after A Dragon.
Yeah. I really
Yeah.
just wait till after.
And also, these hunters, I got a song for them. It's in the Discord. It's called Bob Marley's One Love.
Oh,
You
these
guys heard that, right?
pretty sure.
I didn't
too
listen
many
to it.
songs, but for this
No,
one,
I
though,
mean like heard that over my headphones when I played the headphone
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I heard a little bit of that.
yeah. Although I've got enough. What I had in mind was Convoy, but
Ah.
because trucks.
Hmm.
But yeah. Oh god,
I'm back.
welcome back. We're in for fun times now. So yeah, let me catch the scene up here. So okay, yeah, you're out the window.
Do I have to make some sort of check whether I cut myself on the glass?
Well, I would honestly like, for given what you are, I don't think that kind of thing would be that bad. Because vampires don't really bleed.
Well, I'd still have to heal that 1 point of lethal damage if it happens. That's why I'm asking. Because seriously, jumping through a closed window.
All right. Make your strength athletics check.
And
Yes,
that's 1 die more at the moment.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
good.
Came out good. So yeah. All right. So you're out the window.
And I opened the window for James too.
Yeah. Don't make him jump it. But all right.
Is it that high? Did we go up a set of stairs?
No, still first floor.
So he totally should be good if
Yeah,
he jumps
yeah.
after me.
Oh yeah.
I kind of warily climb out of it, not necessarily jump, but just climb, because I'm a bit disappointed that my earlier attempt didn't work.
All right. So yeah. Okay, you're both outside now, and okay. So I guess reflexive wits and composure from Robert.
7 dice. I noticed barely, even with those 2 ones.
Yeah, I guess
So
with that,
wits and composure. I
Yeah.
zoned out for.
well, it was for Robert because he was the first one out, but yeah, just that he's kind of keeping track of where Russell is going.
All right.
But yeah, and he's just kind of speeding right on. Yeah, he's speeding right on over to the car. Actually, he's trying to get to Juarez's car.
Can I, with that check, reflexively shout something?
Oh yeah.
Davis, arrow! No!
Well, that's something that we might have to check and see if Davis actually hears it.
Robert has a very loud voice.
Yeah. Well, again, wits and composure from Davis. He notices enough.
Okay.
Just enough. And I guess, yeah, since he's alerted, okay. But yeah, back to Davis then, I guess. So yeah, I'll even give, so
Well, the keys would be where Russell dusted up, though, right?
well, that's the thing, not necessarily.
Yeah. See, the thing is that Juarez, when he ran over, he probably would have dropped his keys
Yeah.
after I shot him with an arrow.
Probably.
Yeah, because he was messing with his keys, so it would
Yeah.
just be back next to the car. But yeah,
Because he went into frenzy after that, so his main goal was to kill me after getting that arrow out.
yeah. So, but yeah. So Davis hears and he knows what the situation is. And Russell's trying to get into the car to get out of here. But
Russell would have to actually pick up the keys.
yeah, he has to slow down to get the keys and all that.
Yeah.
And to just get the right one and and get in the car. So
Yeah, he has to fumble too.
yeah, there's a moment there. But okay, so on to Davis. What's he gonna be doing?
Davis would ready his bow, get up, and just look to see if he what's going on really, because again, he was like kind of speaking with Julia and Wyatt and wasn't really watching.
Yeah. So I guess. Well, okay. Here's what I'll say. First off, another wits and composure from Davis, just to make sure he's fully aware of what's going on. It's a barely, but like, okay, with that, you'll notice that, oh hey, there's this other guy fumbling to get into Juarez's car. Probably what that shout was about. So.
Well, shoot an arrow.
All right. I guess, are you gonna go
Flaming
for
one.
well, you have one flaming arrow left. Are you gonna go for an aimed stake shot or just a generic shot?
Aimed stake shot, but not with a flaming arrow. A regular one.
Ah, okay. Well, let's see. So okay, in this case, okay, let's see. So that's your normal shot is like, let's see, 5, 6. Yeah, it's 9, but then minus 4. So that's 5 dice. Yeah, 5 dice. All right, and with that,
Not quite enough.
yeah, and I would say that I'm also thinking, okay, hold on. Usually for projectiles on vampires, if it's not a headshot, it's usually just bashing damage. But
That's for bullets because
Yeah.
they are small projectiles and don't. As long as they are not hollow point bullets, they don't do big wounds.
yeah,
But an arrow is something completely different.
yeah, I just
That
Yeah,
would
that's going
be
to
like
catch something
a
to the
wooden
body.
stake.
yeah, but still, it's not enough to. Yeah, you need to make 3, so that's not enough to stake him. But
It would still hurt though.
oh yeah, and I'll give it that it's lethal. Like,
I'm not sure if he expected an attack from that side.
well, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna play it straight here. So 2 lethal damage to Russell.
Where does it hit?
Well, you went for the heart. That was your aimed shot, so it's gonna go there. But you need 3 damage to actually perform a stake.
But not in the same turn, right?
I believe.
You said it could be a cumulative.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it can be cumulative.
Yeah, I could try again.
Yeah, but okay, that's But however, you shot him good, and so now, yeah, on his just reflexive though, he's going to reflexively use 2 vitae because he can spend 2 in a turn, and he's just going to completely heal that up. So like it never happened.
Shit.
So the arrow just pops out.
Yeah, basically he's just instant heal, because his blood potency is high enough for that. But yeah, at this point, okay, so he's gonna still try to go for the car. However, let me do a
Maybe the
check.
hunters could be helpful
Well,
now.
well, the thing is, I'm doing a check to see what else is going on right now, because other things are happening, and I just like to, let's see, hold on, let me just
And
get
now
me-
all the guards are alerted, of course.
Well, that's the thing, the guards, like, by this point, the guards are
I
probably gonna
broke
be...
the fucking window.
Yeah, they're gonna be catching on, so the guards are the ones that are in proximity, and let me just kind of make a note. Yeah, the ones that are in proximity that are left, they're gonna take notice of because of the sound. But yeah. So now let me do another check for other things that are happening. So let's see. Okay, so let's see if those other things are, if it's gonna be time for that. And let's see. It's gonna take a couple of checks here. Yeah, it's that time. So
Shit
okay.
show to 2.0.
Yeah, so okay, the thing is, Davis, because it all comes back to Davis because he missed that first thing, and that could have given him a better clue. But I would say at this point, it's someone else's turn, multiple people's turns, as a matter of fact, because they've just been sitting there, and Davis didn't notice enough. He didn't notice hard enough. So, all right.
So if we're unlucky, all the vampires, including Willis, probably go to sleep next turn.
Well,
Well, Davis isn't a vampire. Why would he get shot?
they don't know that, but Look, they just know that vampires and vampire collaborators. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
Well, Davis and James totally could be hostages. They are pretty trained.
well, again, it's so here's the thing. What I'm gonna do first is so here's the thing. Davis didn't notice something earlier on, and that's gonna bite him in the ass now. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and gonna roll for a thing. Let me just get a roll here. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Yep. That's.
Rip Davis,
Well, hold on. I'm just getting the proper rolls here.
or at least rip
I used to
Julia.
be an adventurer like you until I took an arrow in the knee.
Oh god.
I think they use crossbows, so bolt, not arrow.
Yeah, but just doing a check for 3 characters here.
Have you heard of the High Elves?
Oh. So okay, so what just happened here? All right, so okay, in order of priority. So okay, so first off, I'm gonna mark damage, and then I'm gonna tell you what just happened on. I'm gonna start with Davis because the party's split up still. I'm gonna start with what
Ouch.
happens to them. But okay, so first off, Davis is gonna take 2 points of lethal damage.
Oh shit!
Yeah, again, it's 'cause
So
you didn't
how
notice.
high is he now with lethal?
It's
4.
up to 4. Yeah.
4 out of.
He's got 3 boxes left. But
Ouch.
well, yeah.
Yeah, I could die.
I'm gonna say he took an arrow to the arm though. Yeah, so just kind of like right through your upper arm.
Wait, so Davis does only have 2 stamina?
Huh. His stamina, he's only got 2. But okay, and then the other ones though. So the other ones, okay, Wyatt, he took also 2 lethal, but not enough to stake him or anything like that. But yeah, Julia, no, she's staked. So yeah, okay. So what just happened here is just from behind. Yeah, Davis takes one to the shoulder up near his shoulder, but in the arm still. Wyatt just kind of one grazed him, not enough to stake him. But no, Julia just who is next to Davis just falls face down. Just oh yeah, arrow right through the back. But
It's
yeah.
a bolt. That's a difference.
Bolt, you can even call them bolt arrows, all right? Some people call them bolt arrows, all right?
All right.
But anyway, yeah, we don't get that pedantic here, but all right. So
I
yeah.
do because I use bow and arrow sometimes, and it's 2 totally different things by the
They are
way a
different.
bolt or arrow travels.
Yeah,
An
I know.
arrow travels by rotation, a bolt just gets launched forwards.
Yeah, but
I shot a bow in grade 7.
I actually have a bow.
I know.
yeah, we're
I
getting
just
But I
need
was
a
just
new
talking about me.
bowstring.
So what happens next?
Yeah, so okay, that was because you kind of failed to notice the important stuff last time, but so they got a sneak there. But here's the thing: so for Davis, really he's the only one that's in a proper situation to notice on that end. So I guess it's gonna be wits composure from you, to see if you can maybe tell where those came from or what's going on, or okay, with a 2. And now let me just for this one, okay, now a stealth. It's gonna be contested stealth here. Let me just get that up real quick. All right.
Well, he'd at least know where the arrows came from. That's not hard.
Yeah, but I mean to get a better idea there, a bit better idea. Well, also I'd assume he'd be maybe panicking a little bit with the arrows and everyone. But
Yeah, and
Julia
also the
being
fact that he
staked.
just had an adrenaline rush with killing Juarez.
yeah. But okay, no, you notice. Yeah, like at this point, Davis is going to notice first off everything that's happened to his group, but also that there's people in the woods back behind that, like that engine sound. There's trucks parked kind of in like along the dirt road, and just kind of they seem to be sort of around the perimeter, like they've cleared a little bit of area there. But these things, they're like huge, like 18 wheelers. They're pulling out here. They're big. People are doing things in the woods. And you know what's happening now. All right, so you can act, you can think. What do you want to do?
Well, first of all, Davis would probably like do quite a loud like scream from getting shot like in the arm. He would look at Julia and Wyatt having gotten shot and Julia staked, and
Give us information.
He would look at the trucks with a fire in his eyes. Like he's pissed now.
Say something to the rest of the group. We have no idea what's going on.
Well, let's hope you hear that scream because he's angry now.
Yeah. So
Shit.
He's in his own kind of frenzy.
all right. So yeah, I guess then
Is one question, is Willis down?
no, that was just on the other he didn't really Davis didn't get a chance to
No, I mean, like, did the hunters get Willis?
No, they're
'Cause
they're kind of on the outer perimeter and along the road with their trucks.
Assholes!
Yeah, they're working out.
Jesus!
Yeah, they're going from the outside in.
I told you, we're basically pretty fucked.
Yeah. So oh, yeah. So now though, I guess back over to Robert and James, and well, okay, first
so
off.
First
With
off,
composure.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you notice the scream?
I don't.
Yeah, Robert doesn't.
I fucking do.
Okay, James notices.
God damn it. I need an 8 there. Okay, whatever. So I'm going to look at Robert straight in the eyes and say, I don't care. I need to go into that car, your car, and get over there as fast as I can. Stay here. We don't know what's going on.
I'm gonna deal with the guards. Do whatever you have to.
Okay. And then James.
But toss
Runs
out
the
my
car as
knife,
fast as
for
he can.
fuck's sake.
Yeah, I definitely am going to do that. So James runs to the car as fast as he can, and
Yeah,
that's
Robert
pretty darn
kind of
goddamn fast.
Didn't think too much on that because he has the fucking claws out.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Can I do a wits plus intelligence if he remembers that he has claws?
Yeah.
He does. So
Yay.
forget the knife. Keep it.
okay, so James runs to the car. Do I have to do a check on anything?
All right. Well, you should still be able to get into it.
Okay,
and,
so I
it
start
should
up the
be good.
car. I back it up, pull it out of wherever it needs to go, and floor it to wherever Davis is, wherever we dropped off Davis, and try and do a wits plus composure to see if anything is slightly wrong there, and if I notice
All right,
these
getting ahead of
freaking truck
yourself,
assholes.
Getting ahead of yourself. But okay, first off, so getting the car is not the problem. That's close enough. But okay, some
Run
other
off
things.
run over the fucking guards. Do that.
Well, first things first. So like, since you're kind of leaving Russell alone now,
I'm not
Yeah,
leaving him alone.
he
I'm going
gets
to run over him or something. I'm going
well,
to
he was already ahead of you. Like he's kind of so yeah, he's gonna be getting in the car and he's gonna be making a check just to try to get out of here. And I'll follow up on that in a second. But then I'll do your check.
Okay.
So okay, let's see. Let me just get a drive check. All right. All right. All right. And let's see. Let me do another check here real quick like. Okay. So
He
now-
drives against the tree.
well, the thing is, I mean, look, there's so many guns and or crossbows on you right now, on everyone. But like, you'll see how that goes for him in a little bit. But like, okay, so back to James. So now, first things first, let's have your drive check. All
Mhm.
right.
So that's dexterity plus drive, I guess.
Yep.
God, fucking damn it! Oh, I thought I
Hey,
didn't see
you
that.
have a success.
Yeah,
I
You
have
did
a
not
success.
wreck Robert's car.
Yeah, you got one success.
Although that is the plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I
What?
notice anything?
Oh, so okay. So with one, first off, it's bumpy ride there, but you're driving across there. The next thing though is next factor is gonna be whether you get shot at though. That's gonna be the next
Mhm.
factor. And let me just make a check here. Let's see. If anyone notices you active, you got really lucky there. No one is actively shooting at you. So
Okay,
you managed
so-
to drive there safely to over to where Davis and all them are at.
Okay, so I'm going to Are the other cars like the trucks behind trees?
All right, so they're pretty much like the thing is this isn't like in the middle of nowhere. This like there are like if you go out past the wooded area, there's like other roads kind of beyond those. Like this isn't totally out in the country. So like they're kind of the trucks would be on the roads behind the woods kind of because it's not that much woods. It's
Okay.
just like it's a private estate basically.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get out of there and try to ram the car into those cars.
So you're gonna basically leave
I
the
thought
area.
you were driving to Davis and the
Yeah.
others.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, I was going to, but then I changed my mind and fucking
Uh,
suicide
You
this.
know we need that car to get back home,
Yeah.
right?
um,
You know we need that car. That's the only place where Robert, if the sun comes up, can retreat.
Okay, never mind.
well,
then.
here's the
Wrecking it
thing.
is
we got to be
A
decisive.
bad
here.
idea.
Well, we have to be
Wrecking that
decisive.
car is a bad idea.
All right, but look, it's James's call, and we need to be decisive here. So, what's his course of action?
I'm going to try and get out of there and not ram it into anything. Just try to get the fuck out of there.
So, James.
I don't care about anybody else. I'm going to get the fuck out of there until things have calmed down. Then I'm going to get the fuck back in there and try and make peace with these hunter assholes and try to tell them that, well, Robert's kind of like a good person and he doesn't need to die. And if that involves rifles, we'll see.
You have a rifle at your hand, so
Well,
There are too many of them, wouldn't there
Yeah.
be?
Yeah. So,
How
well,
many
yeah.
of them are
Well,
there?
well-
Can I do a wits plus composure to see how many of them are there?
Well, let's slow down here. Let's slow down. So, okay, first off, your drive check. It's good to just leave. You're going to be attempting to leave the area.
Mhm.
So, okay, I will go back.
Like the way that those hunters were.
Yeah.
That over that way.
Well, yeah, like the thing is dirt road. You're going to have to go down it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we'll resolve that in a second, all right? So while James is in the process of driving out of there, so I think Robert's the one who's not been able to act too much here. So what's he gonna
yeah,
be doing?
there's guards I have to deal with. So with composure to locate the nearest guard.
All right. So yeah, let's have it.
Which I gloriously fail.
Yeah, you're just stumbling around.
They still notice me though, so yeah.
So yeah, and also I'll say as a side event of what's happening. So for that other role I did, those other two roles for, so Russell, he got to his car and he was peeling on out of there. Well, he wasn't as lucky as James, and
He hacked the fucking tree.
no, he was being shot at. So and they got lucky too. Crossbow bolt through the fucking window. It staked him. It fully staked him. Yeah. So the car, yeah,
that's pretty good.
yeah, car loses control, and it just stops along the little pathway there. But yeah, so he's incapacitated for the moment. Again, it was a lucky shot, quite a lucky shot, but they got 3, so damn staking. But all right, but yeah, so for Robert, yeah, he's not noticing anyone, but he's being noticed maybe, because there's still the guards that are left. And to that, let me go ahead and
Wouldn't
roll.
I have at least noticed that there were guards when I had that initial wits composure as I jumped out?
Yeah.
So I'm not completely overrun by them.
Yeah. Not yet. But yeah, so they're noticing you though, and we'll do that for initiative. So yeah, that's gonna be initiative. So guard goes first, the one nearest to you. And yeah, let me just get real quick idea here. All right. So, okay. Yeah, so a guy is gonna come up to you, one of the guards who's usually patrolling around, and they don't know entirely what's going on here, but they see you, and they're
Big ass vampire, claws out, teeth out.
yeah, but they're gonna go ahead and they already had their gun out. That's what they had on hand. So they're going to
Cute.
yeah, they're gonna try to. Well, they're gonna aim for the head. They know that much.
Ah.
All right. So, okay, aimed shot here, which is not much for these guys, but all right, here we go. Okay, 2 lethal damage to Robert. All right.
I'm marking it off. I know by now how it works, but I also have to click the right boxes.
Yeah, so yeah, they got initiative, they aimed, they shot, grazed Robert's head, or well, for vampire we could say it hits, but well, vampire.
Yeah.
Um,
And as healing is a reflexive action,
yep.
-1 vitae, -1 lethal.
All right. So as a reflexive action there, but all right. So yeah, and it'll roll back over to Robert. We'll let this fight play out for now. So Robert
And
again.
I got my turn now.
Yep.
Can I reach him in 1 turn and attack?
All right. So yeah, they noticed you from a distance, but let me see. Let me just double check your speed real quick.
11.
Oh yeah, I would say you can make it in 1 turn.
So I smile. I look at him with those nice big vampire teeth. Cute. And as healing still is a reflexive action, there goes my last vitae.
All right.
My health is good.
Yep.
And as I attack him, there goes a point of willpower. So strength +1 for vigor, plus brawl, which is 6, plus another one for my claws minus his defense, right?
Yep, because defense will apply, which is 3. Or wait, no. Yeah, 3.
3, so my willpower basically does nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm at 7.
Yeah.
2 aggravated.
Yeah, it's respectable. It's aggravated damage. It's all good.
And
so-
I kind of thrust my claw into him.
all right. It's a basic attack there. Basic attack, but
I
Alright.
thrust it in and don't pull it out. That's what I mean.
well, all right, but okay. So then I'll roll it back to his turn. And all right, so let's see. First things first, just gonna make sure that he's not too distracted by that wound. So let's see. Just gonna get a roll. Okay, he's not too distracted, and at this point, he's gonna try to shoot again. But this time, well, since it's a little bit more frantic, just gonna be generic shot. All right, just general purpose shot. So let's see. Yeah, just one bashing.
Even cuter. But by now, I guess frenzy check because first of all, I'm starved. Second of all, I'm being attacked.
Yeah.
So -3, I guess.
Yep. Yep. Well,
And
wait,
as
wait.
Robert-
Let's see. Well, hold on. Let me think. -3 is that's because the clan penalty.
Yeah.
But
So
then
another
-4.
penalty for.
Yeah. -4.
And Robert wouldn't have any reason to fight it.
You're doing
But
good.
he's still being calm. Well, not being calm because here goes another fun one.
Hmm.
Because now he's getting angry. Resolve composure first.
Here we go.
So now I'm gonna roll 1 for that nice anger scale. Yeah, he's staying fucking calm.
Good, good. All right.
Because that, as I wrote it down on the notes, the resolve composure gets added to the result of that one die.
Hmm.
So it's basically a 13, and 10 is the highest on that scale.
Oh, all right, all right. So you're doing good though, but it's gonna roll back around. It's your turn here. So
Yep. And another strength plus brawl, but not with the claws because now I want to bite him.
all right, grapple check. Let's have it.
And I still have the claws in him basically because I don't pull them out. I just don't move them.
God damn it.
And I guess his defense applies.
Well, okay. So for this one, all right. So I'll give you first off. I'll give you a +1 for having the claws in there. But yeah, defense still applies, which is 3.
No
failed.
vitae out of that.
Yeah, failed, and no grapple either.
Oh no! I forgot something because of the vigor.
Oh,
I get
right.
one die more.
Ah, okay. Well then, re-roll.
God
got lucky.
damn it!
You got lucky. You got
Is-
I know Tinfoil and John are both like just turning in their graves right now.
Little question here, because I have damage, do I have to heal it?
All right, you don't have to heal it. You can just sit on it.
Because that's wasting blood at the moment.
Yeah, nothing says you have to heal. It's just bashing damage.
Exactly, and it's only 1. If it were 2, I would do it, but like that, it's just a waste.
Yeah.
And I guess another frenzy check for now drinking the blood.
Okay.
Still -4 or just
Uh,
-3 for the hunger frenzy?
At this point, I'd just say -3. Doing good. So
I
now-
want to go into frenzy and it doesn't
No, you
happen.
don't. No, you don't. So okay.
And I'm not gonna spend willpower to ride the wave here because it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, but you've got him in a grapple hold. All right, you got him in the hold. So his defense will no longer apply. But
As long as he doesn't get out of it, and with that he might hurt himself really badly because of the claws
yeah.
that are still sticking in him.
So okay, back to his turn. So let's see. Minus your strength, so he's going to try to break free. Okay, he's got his.
You know that
2
my strength
successes.
at the moment is at 3, right?
Right. Oh, right. I forgot. So okay, I have to re-roll that. Because Okay. That's a fail. So he's still grappled. All right, still grappled.
And I'm still drinking from him.
All right, let's have it again. No defense penalty this time.
This.
So
Oh, no defense. So
yeah,
not for.
because he had 3 defense. So
Yeah, it was +1 for having the claws in him.
Yep.
So 3 strength plus 3 brawl +1 7.
all right,
And another 2 vitae.
All right. And at this point, I'm just going to do a check to see if he can hold on in terms of just maybe passing out. The first.
I don't
check,
care if he passes out. I just want his blood.
Well, he failed. It,
I'm gonna
so-
drink him dry.
Well, he failed it, so he's passed out. But yeah, at this point, I'd say it might be a moral choice to continue, because you're not in frenzy. But
Yeah, I'm not in frenzy, but basically, Robert thinks that this guy got himself into the situation he is in, so he's gonna continue.
well, all right. At this point, you have absolutely no opposition. So I'd say I'll give you one more roll, and if you keep, it's gonna kill him. I'll say, if you keep.
Yeah,
going.
I keep going, as I said.
Okay then.
I want that fucking blood. Because I'm gonna need it.
That tomato juice. So okay.
And that also is a very good justification because Robert knows the shit is still on. By the way, James reacted. He needs that blood.
So yeah, but that guy, you got the vita. He's dead. And maybe moral choice for later, but for now. So that was all happening in a few seconds. That was that quick combat rounds. But now let's switch over. Okay, so let's switch over.
Maybe to Davis.
Yeah, Davis hasn't been in play for a while.
Okay.
What can he do though, other than just
uh,
die?
Pull the fucking arrow out of Julia.
Well, 1, yeah, he would do that. 2, he'd pull the bolt out of himself.
Well, which one first is the question.
Julia first.
That emotional attachment.
Yeah, so strength athletics, real quick, just to make sure it's clean. All right. So yeah, you can successfully do it, and all right. So let me just do a quick thing here. And first off, of course, a little for that, for being stake so suddenly, a little bit of the frenzy check. Just to make sure here. So let's see. All right. So since there's nothing happening now, I'll just be a normal check. Are we good? We're good. No frenzy. So, yeah, okay. So she wakes back up and reflexively. All right. So let's see. Yeah, reflexively, she's just gonna spend a point here, and just gonna heal some of that damage. But yeah, so she's woken back up now. All right. And also Wyatt, who kind of took a little grazing wound there, he's going to try and pull his arrow out just to make sure everything's good on his end. And he fails to. He fails to pull the arrow out properly, but it's not such a bad wound on him. But he's also going to heal himself. Just reflexively going to spend 2 vitae to heal himself back up. So no damage on him. All right, so they're good for now. But clearly the shit is happening, and yeah, they're both alerted now. They're on high alert. But as for Davis, like what's his plan here?
He pulls out that bolt out of himself, as I said again.
All right, so strength athletics. Okay, good enough. But what's his plan here? Because you're kind of you're in the line of fire, as it were.
He literally rips off his shirt. Literally.
What?
The shit show begins.
You've got nothing better to do at the moment.
No, wait, there is more. Like, after he rips off his shirt, he yells like, what in the Jesus Christ are you doing?
Wouldn't that be
Not actually
something
touching
else? Jesus Christ sounds strange for a Native American.
Not actually Jesus Christ, he says, but like, you know what I mean.
I just imagine a very manly roar.
But yeah, he's pissed.
All right. And I'll say though, real quick though, but for the others, so let's see. Just gonna do a thing here. So
That's also an attempted intimidation.
all right. Well, let's have it. Let's have the presence and intimidation +1. Why not for the shirt ripping?
I just really wish I had Animalism 3, then I just could.
Is that a straight one? Oh no, that's 7-Eleven.
Wouldn't ripping that arrow out of himself and Julia also count?
Well, hold on. Let's see. So you rolled a 3. Okay. Well, honestly, I think for what you did, that's the best you can hope for.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I failed to intimidate.
Yeah, but for the others, like their proper turn is going to be they're gonna try to hide. So
That's a good idea.
that's a
That's
better
actually
idea.
a very good idea.
Yeah, that's a better idea. So let's see. Let me just get the rolls for that real quick for the both of them. Okay, well, Julia's she's gonna duck into the bushes. Wyatt, he's just kind of wandering. He's not he's not good at this. So failure on stealth, but yeah, that might be a problem. And Davis is just roaring. And
He's pissed.
yeah. And before we go to their turn again, well, let's follow up on James real quick. All right.
Yeah,
So for James, he was just getting out of there.
yeah. And he was trying
Yeah.
to go back to the hunters where they were.
Yeah. Well, if
I've
you go
just
down the
sent
road,
something to break out there.
You should have said something.
I've sent something to you over Discord.
well, so here's what I'll say: is you're gonna come across them if you're going down the road. So, I guess wits and composure reflexively from James.
Okay.
All right, he's noticing. He's noticing a bit. So what you're gonna notice as you're just driving kind of quickly down this road is after a very short while there's so you can't miss it, there is a huge, just an 18-wheeler truck just parked lengthwise on the road, completely blocking it off, so no one can get out of here. And there's guys, some with guns and some with crossbows, but they're keeping an eye on the situation. So what's the plan? Uh-oh. Have we lost James?
Yeah, we've lost. I've lost really the will to play this game.
Oh no.
Hey, we're doing quite good at the moment. Like, everything could be much worse.
Yeah, but
Suarez is dead.
yeah, but these guys, there are many of them, aren't there?
Oh yeah. But look, you just get creative, and also you don't necessarily have to fight anyone
Okay.
if you're good at
Yeah,
talking.
and especially as you are just a human being and you've been bitten, you might convince them that you are just a victim here.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
might
okay.
be good.
I get out of the car. I get out of the car as soon as I pull up, and I put my hands up, and I say, "I'm a human. I'm a human. I please don't shoot. I'm a human. I want to get the fuck out. I don't want anything to do with these crazy motherfuckers."
All right, so I guess
If Robert ever hears of that, he's gonna remember it hard.
well, I would say, since I think this is more using his body because he's hands up and all that. So I'm gonna say presence plus persuasion from James. Let's see what
Thank
he's
you,
got.
devil. I'm gonna put some willpower on that.
All right.
That's 7, right, with the willpower? Because
So-
4 plus 3 equals 7. Okay.
Yep. All right, and let me just think that's okay. 2 willpower there. Okay, so all right, 3 successes, and now since I guess you're coming up on these guys, and all right, so let me just do a quick check here. It's gonna be contested, of course it is. So, all right. Okay, so of these guys, so one of them has just a kind of a hunting rifle. The other's got a crossbow, and they're both pointed at you. But there's a third guy here, and also armed, but he's older, an older gentleman. He's got his red, white, and blue trucker hat on, but he's looking James over, and he's a little suspicious. And he's just going to say, why don't you just come ahead here and get a little closer, nice and slow.
James kind of nods and comes closer, nice and slow.
All right, so yeah.
Remember, he didn't pick up any weapons in the vehicle, so he doesn't have any weapons on him.
Yeah, he's unarmed. Yeah, he's non-combatant.
Mhm.
But let's see now.
Just a little meta question. You don't intend on just leaving us completely behind and fucking everybody over, right?
No, I intend on
Alright.
trying to talk them into just letting a few people go, but we have to sacrifice at least one.
That would be most likely Wyatt,
Yes.
because he's the most evil vampire in our party.
Hey,
Pretty
hey
much.
now.
Hey, he's a fucking blood mage. He brought that onto himself.
Well, I'd just say, they don't know they've staked the prince back there. They don't know what they've got on their hands. But anyhow. So yeah, they look James over, and as he gets closer, and the older guy, he's gonna recognize that he looks human. So he's gonna kind of motion for the others to put their pieces down, and he's just gonna ask James, what the hell are you doing here? You're not, you don't look like one of their pets. So
I ain't one of their pets. In fact, I've got a little bit of explain to you, but I assure you we can get along just fine. At least some of us. Like, I've met at least one of those people, and he's okay in multiple people's eyes. Jesus Christ, I watched him die. And, well, I didn't watch him die, but either way, I need him to stay alive. And he needs, I won't be able to walk this earth no more if he doesn't stay alive. I'll have to, kill myself if I have to see it without him.
Oh, James isn't doing a good job of not
Yeah,
sounding
that-
like a ghoul.
Yeah. And
Good them hear
sounds
Davis
kind of
yelling.
cute.
James doesn't know what a ghoul is, so he's being honest right now.
So, okay, how about this? Manipulation and persuasion from James. And I'm not going to give him any bonuses because things he's saying aren't, they're not hitting those good points for them.
Yep.
Hey man, it's a 2. Please.
Praying to our
God
Jesus.
damn, you shouldn't have gotten that one. Well, it's not over though. No. Yeah, this guy, this older guy, he's looking James up and down. He's getting closer to him now, and he's just looking him over more thoroughly, and because the things he's saying, yeah, he doesn't like that, but yeah, he's gonna say, what's going on here. Yeah, I don't know what your place in all this is, but there's there's a whole nest of those leeches in there where we intend to clean this place up, and anyone who's got anything to do with them. Now, you wouldn't be one of those people that has something to do with them, would you? So he's getting very curious.
If you think I have anything to do with the guy who owns this place, then you're wrong. If you think I have something to do with a guy that has only to his name not one single, like the guy I know, he knows jack shite about anything. He was turned last week, in fact, because
Little meta advice here. Try to
Yes.
convince them Robert would be a good weapon.
he would be, in fact, he would be an extremely good asset simply because he's seen some shite. He's seen a lot of it. And I've seen it too, right before my eyes. He's a good person. And I know that you would be losing something if you killed everyone there. You can kill whoever you'd like, just don't kill that guy. I need to get home. That's his car. Like it or not, fucked up situation I'm in, but I kind of need his permission to use that car to get back home. And back home's miles away.
Back home is 2 states away.
Yeah.
I can't walk 2 states. I can't walk to Miami. That's not even 2 states. I can't walk to Miami myself. And that's where I'm from. So, well, that's where I'm situated. You could use him, but you'd have to help him help me help you.
That sounds so fucked up and so 100% James.
Indeed. Well, mixed thing. Okay, so you said, I'll give you a +1. It would be more, but like, you're not convincing them you're not some vampire slave. So, yeah, like just +1 is all I'll give on your manipulation persuasion.
Manipulation, persuasion 4.
You know your fucking life depends on that shit.
2 successes. That's all I can give.
All right. And to contest it. All right.
Tiebreaker.
Yeah, tiebreaker time.
And I guess you can't willpower a tiebreaker. That
No.
kind of defies the cause.
I die.
Well,
I die.
Well,
I die. I die.
well, here's what's gonna happen. So at this point, since James is kind of pleading, and this guy, he's just looking over to his two friends, they've kind of been positioning a little bit around James, but he's gonna just subtly nod to one of them, and just gonna do a little check 4 thing here, real quick, like. Yeah, so they're yeah, with that yeah, one of them they're just gonna knock James upside the head just with the butt of their rifle, which they did good enough that it was aimed to the head, so James unconscious. They didn't
Not
kill
dead,
him. They didn't
just
kill,
unconscious.
Yeah, they don't know what to make of him, but they're
We have to get James back. Great.
Yeah, but
You also still have to survive. Great.
Yeah, they're not taking chances, but now they know a little bit more about what's going on here. So with James kind of removed from the picture for now,
I can leave the call now. Okay.
no, oh wow, it just jumped ship right there.
Well, see ya.
Oh, was
And he even went offline.
Wow. Wow, was it that intense? Was it
Dragon.
was it that intense?
I'm gonna try to talk to him, and I think. Dragon, do you want to do it, or should I try to?
Oh.
Because I have some character insight that you guys don't have that would maybe help James there. Maybe.
Yeah, you know more.
Well, but we gotta keep it a moving still though. And look, I've got plans for him. You know, I got plans for him. James is not done. He's not written out. He's good still. But so if you want to join back in anytime, but we'll see where it goes. So for now, so let's switch over, okay, let's switch over to Davis, and because really that's what I want to do next anyway. So we got to wrap it up. So what's he gonna be doing?
Well, really, it's more a matter of how the other guys react, because he's just yelling mad.
Well,
maybe somebody would have the mental fortitude to tell Robert what's going on.
Well, look, Davis can't just do the shirtless scream forever. He's got to act at some point.
Well, I'm just wondering what they do about it.
Well, the thing is they got distracted by James, and those are the ones closest to shoot at you, and so they're distracted now, so they're not going to be doing anything to you this turn around. And Julia's gone into hiding in the bushes and all that. Wyatt just stumbling around. So again, it's up to what is Davis going to do?
Well, he'd probably ready an arrow.
Well, that doesn't even take him. He can do that instantaneously. So what's?
Yeah, ready an arrow. Aim for the legs.
Of what? Who you?
Anybody.
Yeah, he doesn't see those guys, right?
Would he wits composure that?
Well, let's have a wits composure. Because he knows there's trucks out there, but not. He didn't. It's. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see specific things there. You're a little slow in the woods.
Blindly fire in their general direction.
Oh, okay.
So if you critically, you would probably hit somebody.
Well, I'll say this. How about this? All right. So your normal your normal shot's like 9. So how about let me think here. Okay, I'm gonna give it a -5 because you're just blind firing. So yeah, -5. So
So that'd be 4 dice.
yeah, and let's see if you can hit anything. Well, something.
Hit the headlight on a car or something.
Yeah, with that, like with a 1, I'm just gonna say, you hear a loud metal clank. So you hit something, but probably not a person. Yeah. So that's
Well, he is kind of in a blind rage right now.
Davis Smash. Uh,
Essentially.
but okay, so that's what he's doing. And let me just get a state of mind. I think for Julia, she's going to be trying to maintain the hiding and maybe sneaking around a bit, trying to get somewhere. But like, that's really the smartest thing I think she could probably do. All right, let's get my rolls. Let's see. Okay. All right, and now another one. This is just a state of mind. All right, and then a stealth check. Okay, so Wyatt is also hiding now too, because they don't know what the hell's going on. They're not combatants proper, so. All right, so they're just hiding, and now back to Robert, and you killed a guy.
Yeah, and now I'm looking at the rest of the guards, and I'm going to try and intimidate them. So I still have that corpse in my hands.
Presumably.
And I look around. Listen, we can do this the easy way, which is I let you live, I go on with my business, and all of you are gonna survive. Or we're gonna do this the hard way, and I slash all of you to death.
All right. Well, intimidation.
Any bonus for the corpse in my hand?
Well, okay.
Like seriously, that guy should look pretty brutal.
Yeah, I'll give it I'll give it a +2.
Which is it a presence?
Yeah, presence, because you're using a prop basically.
And would that also give me a bonus for my usually deformity penalty?
Well, I'd say not for the guards because you've been here before.
Yeah. All right, so +2, which is 7 dice. This streak of 6s is ridiculous.
Yeah, probably not the most intimidating. But let me just do a check for thing. You shouldn't have won that, but
Successfully intimidated?
well, the guards anyway. At this point, like, and also I'm gonna do some other checks because other things have been happening. So let me just do some checks here for things.
So I end up with a bolt in my chest, basically, maybe.
Well, more like let's see. I'm just doing checks for some of the other parties involved, and just because of how they're scattered out and what they're doing. So, okay, at this point, the other guards, they're intimidated, but they're also going to just they're gonna start scattering. Like they don't get enough, they don't get paid enough for this, so they're gonna start running. And but yeah,
I'm not gonna follow them.
well, but with the other check I made, some of them are gonna get shot as they're running. But
I'm not gonna try and help them either.
But yeah, so the guards are not a problem anymore. All right.
Yeah, my next focus are Davis, Julia, and Wyatt because, well, they might know better what's going on than I do.
Yeah, so at this point, I would say, well, you know where they are, so
Yep.
it's just a matter of getting there. And to that, I would say, um, you're probably stealth isn't really an option out in the yard. So it's more like strength and athletics to run there.
Also, just a wit's composure to. Did I see those guards getting shot, or would I have to do the wit's composure?
Yeah, wits
for that?
composure.
No, I
yeah,
don't see
no.
it.
That
And I
plan.
guess by now the last scene is over, and that vigor doesn't apply anymore.
Yeah, I would say. I'd say by this point.
So 4 dice for the strength athletics. What?
Whoa,
What
whoa,
was that? Seriously, what was that?
Lots of dice, and then it was only
I
4.
rolled that twice. I don't know why.
Well, okay. How about this? Since that's conflicting information. How about this? Let's do a third roll, just one. All right.
Yeah.
So.
I guess I double clicked on my preset accidentally.
All right. So you're just running across the field there, and to this I will. Okay. First off, it's does anybody want to shoot at you? And let me just do a check here. They notice and. Okay. Yeah, they want to shoot. They want to shoot. So now.
But they already shot in that turn.
Well, that was one thing happened. Then you're running, and now their turn.
All
again.
right.
Since it's all you right now. So, okay, yeah. So you were spotted. You were noticed. They wanted to shoot. So, let me just get a thing here, and for this one. All right, and okay. So I will say this though: your 1 dice that you got for running. That will apply to make you a little harder to hit, just a little bit harder. So let's get a roll going here, and that's unlucky.
I'm
real.
staked.
Yep.
Shit. Like seriously, shit. Now we're fucked.
Yeah. So Robert is
Got one to go.
just
3
face
or
down.
more lethal damage.
Yeah, just
More?
exactly 3.
All right, then I marked it off already.
All right, so yeah, face down. So now it comes down to Davis and Company. They're the last one standing.
Well, do these guys notice Davis kind of blindly shooting arrows at them?
All right, well, since you're not being stealthy, let me do a check here. The ones closest to you. And, well, yeah, 1 saw, which is enough. So, okay, yeah, they notice Davis, and, well, his blind fire. Well, really, it's more the shouting that they notice, because who knows what the hell your arrow hit. That's the thing. But, yeah, they notice Davis. And now, let me do a little check here. All right. So,
Does Davis die?
Well, okay. Good news is they recognize that maybe so whoever's observing maybe at this point that you're not acting like a vampire. You're just acting like a crazy man, so they're gonna take more precaution here. They're not gonna shoot you in the heart. Yeah.
You're just acting as a crazy person. That's nice.
Wouldn't they have something else to do with people who aren't vampires, but they don't want to kill them?
Well, the ones that are closest to you are the ones that James would have run into, and so now they're thinking maybe there's something going on here, and at least that particular group of them. And so, yeah, okay. Wit's composure from Davis, reflexively. All right. So yeah,
Not bad.
well, you're gonna notice that there's some people coming towards you. A group of people, kind of making their way through the woods, coming towards you, and at the same time, also with that other detail. So again, the other two, Wyatt and Julia, they've been hiding proper, and Julia is just kind of like nudging, like kind of trying to tell you to get down. Like she's trying to get you out of the line of fire, trying to tell you to stop acting crazy, basically. Um, but what does Davis do?
Davis approaches them.
We're fucked. All of us are dead. Like, seriously.
Well, no one's dead yet. That's the thing. Nobody is dead yet. All right. Well, except for Juarez, but
Yeah, but Horace being dead is really nothing that would get me sad.
That's a good thing.
yeah. All right. So okay. Well, the guys approach, and it's so. Although Davis doesn't know, it's the same group of people that James had tried to approach. Just that older gentleman and his two friends.
Yeah, they
Um,
already have such a high opinion of our human companions.
Yeah, but they are going to be looking Davis up and down, getting a closer look here. And
He's
yeah,
shirtless and wounded.
yeah, but they can tell because he's bleeding, and vampires don't
Is
usually
not
bleed
a
out.
vampire.
Yeah, so they can tell he's human, and on a closer inspection, that he doesn't look like a ghoul. He's doesn't have the sunken eyes and all that stuff. So yeah, they're just gonna slowly approach, weapons drawn, but they're trying to sort of they're trying to look like they're gonna calm him down a bit, and they're saying, whoa there, whoa there. We don't we know there's some people out. We don't know what you're doing out here, but just put put that a bow, put that shit down, and just let's have a word.
He throws the bow down, but he says like, "What the hell were you doing?"
That was kind of Jacob's approach, but he was in a better situation meeting the same sort of hunters.
Yeah, he just kind of tosses. He just kind of tosses the bow and just starts like yelling at them.
All right. So at that point, yeah, they're just gonna go ahead. The older guy, he's just gonna put it out there that there's a whole bunch of these things in here, and they're pets, and we don't know what you're doing here, but you don't look like one of them, and if you're out here alone, why don't you just come with us, and we can talk more about that later. But we're gonna make sure that none of those things get out of here tonight.
What I was trying to do was kill some of the bad ones.
Ooh, and okay, so for Davis, the thing is he's being 100% honest here. So, yeah, to that, I'm just gonna do the standard little, yeah, just the check. All right. All right. So, yeah, this guy, he looks Davis over again, and seems to get a feeling he's being honest, but he's gonna say, "Yeah, son, there's all of them are bad, and we need to get out of here, or else my other boys out here, they don't know to not shoot you. So you need to come along now."
They're not all bad though. They aren't.
Oh, now Davis is gonna need to do some persuasion, some manipulation persuasion.
Okay, so that's 3.
Yep.
Maybe put some more roleplay into that and try to get it higher with good arguments.
Yeah, good arguments. Well, at least if things they want to hear, though, that'll. But your rolls they're doing okay. So let me just see here. Wow. Okay. Look, at the very least, this guy, he's just shaking his head at Davis, but he's gonna say that whatever's going on here, maybe they've done things to you, I don't know, but we need to get out of here. Just if you don't come with me, we're gonna have to take you.
Dave doesn't really want to come with.
Oh.
So, yeah, he's not happy at this point.
All right, and to that, well, since you're not gonna come along easily, yeah, this guy, his again gonna nod to his buddies, and they're gonna start approaching Davis. And since Davis is in a better spot here, Wit's composure, reflexive from Davis, he might actually be able to catch it. Well, with the one, he realizes that they're going to forcefully take him with them. So if he wants to say or act here, I'll give him like a chance.
Kill the one in the car. He just says that before he gets knocked out.
Well, they're gonna drag Davis along on this one. Yeah, since he's acting crazy, but
Yeah, rest in pieces, Robert.
well, the thing. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna do a little check here. Let's see. Okay. So it's gonna be both of them. So since the two helpers he's got, they're just gonna kind of physically drag him along, not hit him with the gun this time around. He's not acting as crazy as James was. So yeah, they're gonna start dragging him along.
He would attempt to resist that.
All right. So to that, I would say it's gonna be a grapple check, a contested one. So for you, so it's gonna be your strength plus brawl minus both of their strength because there's two guys, which is it's gonna be a chance roll. One dice. Well, I guess you did it.
So I resisted.
Well, you're at least attempting to. You're like breaking away from them. You're getting in a brawl here in the middle of the woods. You have a chance to get away the next turn, basically, because they're not using lethal force just yet. But now I'm gonna since you do still have, there's still two people in hiding here who might be up to something. And let me just get a state of mind real quick to see what exactly is gonna happen here. Let's see. So first off, I'm gonna see just how much does Julia actually like? How empathetic is she gonna be here? How much is she gonna care about? A little bit. And let's see. Okay.
Julia has fucking majesty. Like, seriously, if someone's gonna save us, that's her.
Well, the thing is like, look, multiple targets. It's gonna be tricky, and she's not used to this kind of thing at all. But she's willing to do something, and now it comes down to just how much so. And basically, she's gonna be willing to let Wyatt do something. All right, so let's see. Let me do another check. And this one is going to be, how extreme are we talking here? How much is their love? Okay. She's going to be willing to request some help if needed. But Julia she's going to come out of hiding here, all right? Since Davis is struggling and it's not looking good. So, yeah, she pops out of hiding very carefully, and she's going to try to do some reasoning, possible majesty, but first she's going to try reasoning with them, and she's still very persuasive. Those low rolls. All right, and let me get an idea of how this is gonna go down. Oh yeah. So Julia she's gonna slowly come out of hiding, like hands up, and she's gonna start appealing to their better nature, just trying to explain that what's going on here, that the people in that estate, they're terrible and evil, but what she is trying to make things better for she's given the whole speech there that that she's on the side of good, all that stuff, but the way the dice went down, that's not gonna play out so well. Yeah, so as she's talking, they just right through the heart, just stake right through. So that didn't go as planned. So she's staked now. Properly staked. So here's where I say for Davis, there's one other person here, and that is Wyatt, and let me just make sure his brain works at the moment. Surprisingly, okay, he's in his faculties, but he's still hiding, but he's there. So back to Davis then. You're kind of you've broken free for a moment here, and Julia just got staked down again, pretty hard. So what's Davis gonna do?
Did he see who staked him?
Well, the other two guys were brawling with you. It's the old man.
Well, he runs over and tries to deck him across the face.
You're just gonna go for the punching then.
Yeah.
All right. It sounds like a plan. So let's have a strength plus brawl, minus his defense, which is 3. So that's gonna be 1 dice. Wow. Well, you managed to make contact there. You made contact. But, oh, yeah, that was 1 point of bashing damage.
Yeah, not really. I didn't really expect that to do much.
Yeah.
Just in character there.
So now they're a little mad. Yeah. So he goes.
Now we're really fucking dead.
Yeah. Well, this old guy, he's just laughing at Davis's attempt there, and he's gonna say, "Son, you've got balls," and then he's just gonna nod to the other guy who is just gonna rifle butt to the head. Davis is out. All player characters have been incapacitated.
Please tell me they want some information out of Robert. I really like my character.
You're not out yet. Like, no, this is, I'm gonna say right now, that's your climax for the season. But the thing is, they wanted to capture you first, all of you. Like, so the thing is, like, of the ones we know are captured, that's all the vampires except Wyatt. Russell even is still alive. So they're gonna, again, they've got those huge trucks. Wonder what's in those. But anyhow,
I guess cages.
Yeah, again, who knows what their plans are, but the player characters have all been taken out. Wyatt's still on the loose though. He's still on the loose and hiding.
And even if we wanted to continue, we couldn't because Breakout is...
Yeah.
So I will say this has been your season finale, and honestly, I was not expecting you all to get captured, but the way you split things up, So,
seriously, I've criticized this before we actually started, and I'm gonna criticize it again. Those characters, all of our characters, are relatively fresh.
Yes, this is true.
Pulling both the Vampire Prince and the Hunters on us
I'll
is
say
a
this
little
right now.
harsh.
Well,
And
here's
I
what I'll say.
understand that Breakheart at the moment is probably really pissed and maybe wants out of the game completely.
Well, okay, so here's the debrief, what I'll say, alright? First off, you did incredibly well with taking down the primary objective, which was, okay, Russell got incapacitated. You got him to flee, at least, and you took down Juarez. You successfully, you even got around the guards, like, that was 100% awesome. But when the Hunters came in, the thing is, I'll say it right now, I planned it so either one of two things would happen. You would either flee the area, which was actually pretty easy if you so now I can say it because it's not a problem. There's totally an escape route out the manor. Julia would have known about it, even Wyatt would have known about it. But you left him outside. So if Davis had, say, led the charge and brought them inside when he realized all the shit was going down outside, could have gone down very differently. You would have had a clean escape. But I also planned for everyone getting captured, which leads into Season 3 very easily. You can basically say it was all working as intended.
And just on a meta point, because, as I said multiple times now, I like my character. Is
You're fine.
Is there any chance I can convince them that Robert would hunt and kill down hunt down and kill any other vampire?
Well,
and
I'll say
would
anything.
happily sustain on vampire blood?
Again, I would say that anything is possible when you get to talking with the leader, but also, and I'll say, okay, like, I guess I have to alleviate some fears now, all right?
Yeah.
The thing is, look, again, I planned it to go either way. You could have gotten out, could have gotten captured. Both of these things were planned, though, all right? So you're not fucked, all right? Let me just say that. The other thing I'd like to say is that, okay, so these guys, they're always on the move. They've got those trucks. Here's the thing, all right? You can, other than just the persuasion route,
we can escape.
Yes, there will be opportunities. And
I've
Wyatt
got
is still out there.
6 fucking vitae on me, 3 of which will go away once I wake up.
Yeah.
But I still totally can use the claws to free myself and everybody else.
That and Wyatt is still out there. And even though he might be a little bit absent-minded, he wants to help. All right?
Oh,
so,
he wants to help. That's nice.
yes.
That's really nice, because that was my big fear there. Well, why should I help them?
Yeah, like, no, he's good alone.
The day everybody bad blows up.
Well, that's so like I here's the thing. I just want to put it out there that, like, look, I planned for things to either go really well and you do fine and escape, or that it went like this. I planned either way that you have outs no matter what. All right. I did not just fuck you all. All right. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, little advice for the next time. If you plan it like that, don't say I'd be shocked if nobody dies. That really gives the impression that if we fuck up because of rolls, what's basically what happened.
Well, I want you to be tense. That's the thing. I want you to play it like this could be life or I want you to feel the fear and
yeah, but then
goodness.
You have a situation like now where one player seems to really be in such a bad mood that I'm not sure how he'll take it, because he went online for a short while as on the do not disturb mode, and then he went back offline as I tried to talk to him.
I'll just say that look, I just, for the record, for here on out, just look, Double might be a little crazy, but I'm not that crazy, all right? Like I really do plan for you all to fuck up. I plan for it, okay? No matter how it might seem. And there's always going to be an out, always, unless you just seriously do something so stupid that you deserve it. So
Well, I don't think we did that
no,
today.
no, not at all. No, you did relatively good actually. So I'm sure it'll work out. But
And I survived Angry Juarez.
you did great.
Yeah, you survived Angry Juarez, and
So damn lucky.
basically, I'm just glad Willis didn't kill James before trying to get away from us,
Yeah, he did good
because
on
that could have totally happened.
Yeah.
You also made him basically shit his pants.
Yep,
yeah. Yeah.
Robert had to get that out of his system.
But yeah, so okay, so for the stream though, I will say this tabletop weekend, or this tabletop Saturday, because the weekend's not over. But this Saturday is over, and whew, intense.
We'll dispense with experience later.
Yeah, and I have totally a problem with Jacob now as well, because we did not take those hunters out,
Yeah, yeah.
and I kind of pissed them off last Sunday.
Oh yeah. You got another finale.
I
go
know,
through
I
tomorrow.
know, I know.
And it's gonna be fun. Oh yes, and there's gonna be hopefully a new character in there too, a new player, who is gonna be starting with a finale, which is gonna be great. But yeah. So anyhow, yeah, this tabletop Saturday is adjourned. Hopefully everyone will be fine after everything. Look, to everyone, like, I have not fucked the players, all right? They will return in season 3. All right.
Yeah, but be careful with your build-ups
Yeah.
next time, please. It
I was
really
too
sounded
intense.
much worse.
I was too intense. What can I say? Although, here's like what I'd like to compare. You know what? Okay, real quick for the stream, for the record. So you know how I started, like the first one with William, like his first adventure was with a whole gang of armed thugs, of possessed thugs who could have easily killed him, and he came out of that clean because he played smart. So I'd just say I have no problem putting people in intense situations, but I plan for things to go bad. I plan for it. All right. So, with that said, Saturday adjourned till tomorrow. See you all next time.
So, EXP?
We'll do it in a second, but yeah, for the stream,
Alright.
yeah, we'll do that off because I got to calculate a couple things, but anyhow, for the stream, over.
Bye, guys!